Game number 18 here at Grady's Field in the 2017 season for the Xenia Scouts. As the Scouts enter this game 8-9 tonight, they'll take on the Hamilton Joes here at home. The Joes enter 4-11 and on a little bit of a slump. Hamilton has lost 4 in a row. Gabe Genovesi here with you on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network alongside my partner Andrew Alix. You will hear from Andrew in just a little bit. The Scouts coming off the 8-7 victory over the Joes last night as the Scouts scored run number 7, 8, and 9. And excuse me, that was a 9-7 victory for the Xenia Scouts. 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th won it for Xenia. And they improved to 8-9, and they will try to get to 500 for the first time since being 6-6. After starting the year 2-6, the Scouts have won 6 of their last 9. The Joes, as I mentioned, have lost 4 in a row. They've lost 6 of their last 7 games, and they'll hope to end their slide tonight as the Joes will come to bat first in the top of the first inning. For the Joes, Riley Dent will lead it off, followed by Ryan Ziels and Trey Turner. Eric Santiago in the cleanup spot for the Joes. He's playing shortstop tonight. Genesis Hillard, the junior in the designated hitter spot. And now I will finish up that lineup when we come back from prayer and the national anthem. Back here at Grady's Field, just moments away from the first pitch here in this one. I'll finish up that Hamilton Joes starting lineup for you guys. Well, I'll recap it. Riley Dent batting leadoff. Ryan Ziels, Trey Turner, Eric Santiago follow him. Genesis Hillard in the 5 spot. Jake Murray in the 6 spot for the Hamilton Joes. Mason Deanna, Jeff Stuke, and Ryan McClellan rounded out for Hamilton. Mason Deanna, the top hitter in this Hamilton Joes lineup, despite hitting 7 tonight, has the most hits on the team with 17 and is second in batting average with 370. For your Xenia Scouts around the diamond tonight, it'll be Joey Roddy at the hot corner, Aaron Takis and Ange Bourgeois in the middle infield, Donald Ring over at first, and Ryan Park behind the plate. Kyle Casserly out in left field, Francisco Andina in center, and Jordan Lambert in right field for the Xenia Scouts. The pitcher tonight for the Scouts, Michael Pineda O'Donnell. Pineda O'Donnell, a 7.8 ERA through 4 appearances for the Scouts. He's 0-2 in those 4 appearances. He has thrown 6 straight scoreless innings out of the bullpen. It's his starts that he struggled with, and he'll have his third start of the year tonight for the Scouts. Opponents bat .290 against Pineda O'Donnell. Just about a minute away from first pitch here at Grady's. To give you a little more on Pineda O'Donnell, 15 innings pitched, 18 hits given up, 13 runs, all of them earned, 7 walks, 10 strikeouts for Pineda O'Donnell. A 1.67 whip, walks plus hits per innings pitched. And in will step Riley Dent to lead this one off for the Hamilton Joes. The Scouts trying to get to 500 for the first time since they were 6-6 after a win over the Copperheads last weekend. For those of you that have been following all season, you know the Scouts started 2-6. They have won 6 of their last 9 as the first pitch of this ball game is just outside 1-0. Riley Dent coming into the day, 10 for 42, a .238 average. O'Donnell, the righty on the mound, to the lefty, Dent. Ground ball toward Bourgeois at second. He picks it up, fires to first, and Dent is retired to begin this ball game. And that'll bring up Ryan Zeals for the Hamilton Joes. Zeals, another dangerous hitter in this Hamilton Joes lineup. Third on the team in hits with 14. First on this team in doubles with 4. Zeal stands in as a righty. First pitch to him. Inside, ball 1. Ryan Zeals, a .304 batting average, also tied for first on this team in RBIs with 8. Now the 1-0. Fastball chopped toward third, foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan Zeals. And if you're saying, wow, Zeals is tied for first in RBIs with 8, yes, that is correct. The Joes themselves are last in the Great Lakes League in RBIs with 71. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball at the knee, strike 2. O'Donnell's ahead in the count 1-2 on the senior Ryan Zeals. Zeals will be a senior at Miami University of Hamilton. The 1-2 slider way low and outside, 2-2. Zeals is 42nd in the league with his .304 average. And I've talked about the RBIs as the 2-2 pitch is low and outside, ball 3. Zeals with 8 RBIs. I mentioned the first on the team. That is 67th in the Great Lakes League. So that tells you how this Hamilton Joes team struggles getting runs in. Now the 3-2. Line drive, right field. That'll land right in front of Jordan Lambert, and Ryan Zeals is on for the first time today with a single to right. A 1-out single for Zeals. No score between the Joes and the Scouts here as we begin this ball game in the top of the first. O'Donnell gets Riley Dent to ground out to second. Zeals is on with a single, and that'll bring up Trey Turner for the Hamilton Joes. Turner 6 for 31 on the year, a .194 batting average as O'Donnell throws over to first. Trey Turner last night, 2 for 5. He stands in as a righty. The sophomore, the redshirt freshman, actually, from Arizona State, as O'Donnell throws over to first once again. O'Donnell not even throwing a pitch to Trey Turner yet. He's thrown over to first at Zeals twice, and that's because Ryan Zeals is 8 for 11 on stolen bases this year. That leads the Hamilton Joes team as the first pitch to Turner is outside, ball 1. Trey Turner, I mentioned 6 for 31, so 6 hits this year for Turner. 5 of them have come against the Xenia Scouts.
Well, that's not a positive stat for us by any means. And welcome back, folks, and happy to join you as pickoff attempt over, and Donald the Ring can't handle the pickoff attempt there. Sorry to steal your thunder there, Gabe, while I was trying to talk about the Military Appreciation Night ceremonies, but a good pickoff attempt there from Pineda O'Donnell. They had him caught in a pickle, but Ring just couldn't hold on to the ball.
And O'Donnell, a great move over to first. They had him caught exactly like you said in the middle, and Ring just dropped the ball out of his glove. Zeals advances to second. The count still 1-0 on Trey Turner. Turner, a little bit of an open stance in there as a righty. Waves the bat above his back shoulder. That curveball misses outside, 2-0. Turner, the two-sport athlete at Arizona State, as Zeals dances off second, and he's caught again. The throw to second's high. Zeals dives back safely. So twice now, the Scouts have had a chance to get Ryan Zeals off of base. Donald Ring drops the ball at first. Pineda O'Donnell's throw to second is high. And Ryan Zeals still with a big lead over at second in scoring position. A 2-0 count to Trey Turner. 2-0 pitch. Fastball on the outside edge, strike one. 2 balls and 1 strike to Trey Turner. Turner awaits the 2-1. Now O'Donnell spins, looks to throw back again. No one there in the middle infield. So Ryan Zeals really giving O'Donnell fits on the mound. The 2-1. Skied high in the air toward deep center field. Ondina going back. That ball hits the bottom of the wall. Ondina fields it on a hop. Trey Turner trying for 3, and he gets in there safely. An RBI triple for Trey Turner. His first of the year, and the Joes lead 1-0 over the Scouts.
And yeah, if you're Trey Turner there, who already did his damage yesterday with a 2 RBI double that at one point gave the Hamilton Joes the lead. That was back in the 3rd inning yesterday. A guy who's had no success unless he's playing a team from Xenia. And definitely a positive sign for him. For Michael Pineda O'Donnell, you got to regret not getting the guy on that pickoff attempt there.
In steps Eric Santiago for the Joes now. He takes a strike at the knees. Trey Turner now 7 hits on the year, 6 of them against the Xenia Scouts. He cannot hit the ball against anybody else. 1-0 Joes here in the top of the first. 1 down, Turner on third. The 0-1 to Santiago. In there on the outside corner, strike 2 on a curveball from Pineda O'Donnell. Santiago, a 271 hitter, also tied with Ryan Zeals for first on the team in RBIs with 8. That curveball is now hammered toward deep center field. Ondina settles under it, makes the grab. Trey Turner will tag up. The throw's cut off by Ring, and it's 2-0 Joes here in the first.
That's exactly what they needed to do there. If you're the Hamilton Joes, you got a guy in Trey Turner standing at third with 1 out. Turner runs I believe we said a 4.31 40
4.38.
4.38 40 according to his college profile. So they knew that anything deep would score him easily, and they did just that. Good situational baseball there by Hamilton. 2-0 Joes.
Genesis Hillard now to the plate for the Joes. He takes a ball off the outside edge, 1-0. Hillard, 8 for 33 on the year, a 242 batting average. Genesis Hillard is 4 for 12 in his last 5 games. This time, the pitch catches the outside corner. 1-1 to Hillard. Hillard stands in as a righty. The 6 foot, 187-pound righty from Ohio Dominican slices one into right field, and Jordan Lambert makes the grab. A sliding catch by Lambert to end the first inning. But the Joes get damage done. 2 runs on 2 hits, nobody left on, and the Scouts find themselves in a hole here early. We'll head to the home half of the first. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. To the home half of the first inning we go here at Grady's Field. The Hamilton Joes strike twice in the top of the first and have a 2-0 lead over your Xenia Scouts as we head to the home half of the first inning. Ryan Park will lead it off for the Scouts, followed by Jordan Lambert and Donald Ring. Derek Flogger, the starting pitcher tonight for the Joes, a 2.16 ERA. No decisions in 2 appearances. Opponents do bat .343 against Flogger as he puts the ball in the strike zone. Only 3 walks and 1 strikeout in 8 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 12 hits. Ryan Park, the switch hitter, stands in as a lefty. The first pitch to him, outside, ball 1. Park steps in, the hottest hitting Xenia Scout, 17 for 49 on the year, a .347 batting average, is first on this Xenia Scout team. As he takes a strike at the knees on a curveball, 1-1. Park 6 for his last 11 with 7 walks at the plate. So do a little math there. 13 of his last 18 at-bats, he has reached base. As he takes a strike inside part of the plate, 1-2. Park behind the plate tonight for the Scouts in the field. Normally bats in the 2-hole. Ben Beachy with a rest day today. Park moves up to the leadoff spot. Now a ground ball toward first. Stuke picks it up, taps on first, and Park is retired here in the first, 1 down. And that'll bring up Jordan Lambert for the Xenia Scouts. Lambert did not play yesterday. 15 for 59 on the year. The 15 hits is third on this Xenia Scouts team, a .254 batting average.
And Jordan getting a much-needed night off last night. Actually did play defensively in the bottom of the 9th, if we're going to be specific. But Lambert, who has been in this lineup probably more consistently than most guys in the order, back and ready to make an impact.
Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Jordan Lambert swings at the first pitch. He's on for the first time today, a 1-out single, and that'll bring up Donald Ring for the Scouts.
Yeah, just like we said, ready to make an impact is Jordan Lambert. And as Dave Noah is saying right now in the Xenia Scouts dugout, no hits the Scouts.
Donald Ring steps up to the plate now for the Scouts. Ring came into this series with the Joes off of a big night against the Jazz, but before that Richmond Jazz game, Ring started his year 3 for 22. Donald Ring is now 8 for 30. 6 for his last 8 at the plate as he takes a strike on the outside corner. Ring 6 RBIs in the last 2 games as well. He had 0 RBIs in the first 7 games he played in. The 0-1 to the lefty, chopped foul. 0-2. An inside pitch there. Ring got around on it and fouled it down the first baseline.
It almost seems wrong, Gabe, here at the top of the first inning, not to see Ben Beachy out there. Beachy getting a much-deserved night off after a couple of doubles and a single yesterday.
They throw over to Lambert at first. He dives back safely. No balls and 2 strikes to the junior from Hillsdale College. And Ring, who had been struggling, just kept saying he wanted to get going. Now the 0-2 to him. Chopped foul down the first base line once again. 0-2. Just kept saying he wanted to get going. He wanted to make an impact on this team after the huge year at Hillsdale College in which he broke the school record for home runs with 17. He also had 16 doubles in that year, batted .316 for the Chargers last year. The 0-2 line drive center field going back as the center fielder, and he will not make the grab. That one hops the wall, a ground rule double for Donald Ring, and there's runners on second and third with 1 down here in the first.
And Donald Ring continues to stay hot, and that's not just because it's about 95 degrees outside in humid Ring. I guess the thing that he said about changing his bat had some truth to it. Could be all mental, could be very real, but nonetheless, Donald Ring has made a big impact in these past 3 games. Already a double here on the top of the first, or the bottom of the first.
And you mentioned the change of bat. He said his bat just wasn't feeling right to him. He didn't like it, and he went with the change, and that's when he had that hot game with 2 RBIs in the bomb versus the Jazz.
$120 bat that he personally had bought. He just gave it away.
The first pitch to Chris Ackerman inside, ball 1. So that's worked out pretty well for Donald Ring. Ackerman 10 for 36 on the year, a 278 batting average. That's third on the Xenia Scouts team. 2-0 Hamilton Joes over the Scouts here in the bottom of the first. Ackerman watches a ball high at the eyes, 2-0. Jordan Lambert stands on third. He's single. Donald Ring stands on second after the ground rule double. The Scouts trying to answer back here in the home half of the first inning. Ackerman, the righty, ahead in the count, 2-0. The pitch from Flogger. Fastball fouled off the front leg of Ackerman. 2-1. Chris Ackerman, batting .278, but an on-base percentage of .509 is what Chris Ackerman has because of 17 walks. This is game number 18 for the Scouts. Ackerman has not played in all 18 games, though this is his 13th appearance with the Scouts, so 17 walks in 13 appearances. That is fourth in the league in walks as he takes a ball at the feet, 3-1. Mainly fastballs here early from Flogger. We've seen a few off-speed pitches.
And you got to like Chris Ackerman sporting the American flag armband on his right arm here on Military Appreciation night at Grady's Field.
The 3-1. Line drive, base hit, left field. That one's in the gap, and it hits the wall. 2-run score, a 2 RBI double for Chris Ackerman, his second of the year, and we're tied at 2 here in the bottom of the first.
And the Scouts coming out hot, just like we saw last night. The Scouts in last night's contest surrendering a run in the top of the first, but they came back with 3 in the home half. Now it's been Jordan Lambert, Donald Ring, and Chris Ackerman. A single from Lambert, a couple of doubles from the Hillsdale boys. This game is tied at 2, with Ackerman in scoring position here, still just 1 out for Kyle Casserly.
Chris Ackerman picks up his 6th and 7th RBIs of the year. And Casserly, the big swinging lefty in there at the plate, fouls one off. Right back to Takis on the on-base circle, 0-1. Casserly, 11 for 55 on the year, 200 batting average. A couple of doubles and a home run. The redshirt junior from Wright State. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled off behind the plate. And Casserly's down to the count, 0-2. Cass, I mentioned the redshirt junior from Wright State, just transferred to the Raiders this past year, did not play because of the transfer rules. Came from West Virginia. Now the 0-2 pitch, curveball, fouled off down the third baseline, actually right behind the Scouts dugout, and will stay at 0-2. At West Virginia that past year, he went 3 for 8 at the plate for the Mountaineers. Did not see a lot of time. He was excited to be an everyday guy in this lineup. The 0-2 to Cass. Fastball blooped into left field, and that ball is caught by Trey Turner in the gap. Oh, it looked like it might have landed for a couple seconds, but the speed of Trey Turner in left retires Casserly, 2 down.
Yeah, I was about to say, Gabe, it helps having a guy with a 4.38 40 out there covering those big, wide Grady's Field gaps, because I'm going to tell you, if Kyle Casserly was out there in left field, that ball's probably going to drop. But unfortunately, the speed of Turner covered it, and now 2 away for Aaron Takis.
And you talk about the speed from Turner because he is the two-sport athlete at Arizona State as Takis steps in, takes a strike on a fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Turner, according to his football bio, as he is a running back with the Sun Devils, he redshirted in both sports, runs a 4.38 40, and boy, did that help him on that ball to the gap from Casserly. The 0-1 to Takis. At the knee, strike 2. A 2-2 tie between the Joes and the Scouts here in the first. The Scouts have responded after a single from Lambert, a double from Ring, and then a 2 RBI double from Chris Ackerman. Ackerman still stands on second with 2 down. The 0-2 to Aaron Takis. Fastball in the dirt. A good block by the catcher, Deanna. 1-2.
Takis, not the best day yesterday, an 0 for 4 day with 4 strikeouts, but did draw a key walk that helped the Scouts rally and tie the game in the later half of the game.
The 1-2 pitch. Fastball grounded towards second. Zeals doesn't field it. It goes over the head of Ryan Zeals. Chris Ackerman will score, and I think you're going to have to count that as an E4.
Oh, certainly.
Takis on first, and it's 3-2 Scouts.
And I actually had a weird feeling as I watched that play develop, Gabe, because Aaron Takis hit the ball very, very hard on the ground, and the second baseman there was playing it more like it was a slow roller, and Ryan Zeals, when the ball came up and hopped, it basically hopped over his glove where he had the glove, and that had error written all over it. But the Scouts now lead 3-2.
In steps Ange Bourgeois. He fouls it off down the first baseline, 0-1. Bourgeois 13 for 52, a 250 hitter on the year. Has the only triple in this Xenia Scouts lineup. Bourgeois, one of two players in the Scouts lineup to reach base in every game he's played in. Bourgeois and Chris Ackerman. The 0-1. Inside, it just misses Bourgeois' front knee. 1-1. Ange Bourgeois has a hit in 7 of his last 8 games. He's reached base in all 14 games he's appeared in. The 1-1 to the lefty. Chop toward third, a slow roller. Murray fields it on a couple hops, fires across the diamond, and Bourgeois is retired. The Scouts do damage. 3 runs on 3 hits, and they lead 3-2 as we'll head to the top of the second. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. A 3-2 Xenia Scouts lead as we head to the top half of the second inning. Jake Murray, Mason Deanna, and Jeff Stuke, the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Joes. Michael Pineda-O'Donnell back on the mound after allowing 2 runs on 2 hits in the first. The first pitch to Murray, just outside, ball 1. Jake Murray, 8 for 44 on the year, a 182 batting average. Now the 1-0 pitch. Again, just low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Pineda-O'Donnell has hit his spot both times on that outside corner, and it's missed just low. Jake Murray from Cincinnati University of Claremont will be a junior. And he takes another ball below the knees, 3-0.
Not a hot start for O'Donnell here, missing his spots on all 3 of those pitches. Let's see if he can get me across over here.
O'Donnell takes the sign, the 3-0 pitch. In there for strike 1. Jake Murray ahead in the count, 3-1. O'Donnell the righty, Murray the lefty. The 3-1 pitch, chopped back toward the middle. Takis fields it on a couple hops, throws to first, and Murray beat it out. An infield single for Jake Murray. The Joes have their leadoff runner on. And that'll bring up Mason Deanna. Mason Deanna, the hottest hitter in this Hamilton Joes lineup. 17 hits, leads this Joes team. He's hitting 300 over his last 5 games. Hitting 370 on the season, 17 for 46. Deanna, 3 triples on the year. That is more than 5 teams in the league. The only 3 triples on this Hamilton Joes team. The first pitch to the righty, Deanna. Low in the dirt. Park can't get in front of it. Murray taking a big turn around second. He goes to third, and he slides in safely. That ball was caught in the net. Ryan Park didn't see the ball because here at Grady's Field, there's the big net behind home plate, obviously, to block the foul balls. And there's a little leeway to it. That ball went up on the net and just slid down behind the wall. Park didn't know where it was. And all of a sudden, Jake Murray's on third. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Mason Deanna up at the plate. A 1-0 count. The pitch in there for strike one. The Scouts lead the Joes 3-2 here in the top half of the second inning. The tying run 90 feet away for Mason Deanna. Deanna in open stance in there as a righty. The 1-1. Curveball way outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mason Deanna. Deanna 10th in the Great Lakes League in batting average at .370. Also 10th in on-base percentage at .482. The pitch. Fastball catches the outside edge, 2-2. Pineda O'Donnell sure could use a strikeout here. O'Donnell, 10 strikeouts on the year and 15 innings pitched. Doesn't get a lot of them. Anything deep in the outfield will score a run for the Joes. The pitch. Low below the knees on a curveball, 2-2. Mason Deanna will be a junior with the Cincinnati Bearcats this upcoming fall. He hit .194 in his sophomore campaign, 6 for 31. So if you're the Bearcat coaching staff, you gotta be loving what he's doing here in the Great Lakes League. The 3-2 fouled off behind the plate. We'll do it all over again. And Mason Deanna with 2 strikes really likes to choke up on that bat, and I mean more than usual. All coaches will tell you to choke up with 2 strikes. There's about a full fist length between his bottom hand and the knob of the bat. The 3-2 pitch swung on a shallow fly ball to right field. I don't know if this will be deep enough. Lambert makes the grab, and the runner will hold up. Jake Murray doing the old-fashioned, he'll take 5 or 6 hard steps down the third baseline, and he'll hold there. Deanna does not get the job done. And there's 1 down here in the second. And that'll bring up Jeff Stuke for the Hamilton Joes. Stuke, 3 for 15 on the year, a 200 batting average, not an everyday guy in this Joes lineup. The first pitch to him. Ground ball toward the shortstop. Takis fields it, throws across the diamond. Stuke is retired, but he gets the job done. An RBI ground out for Jeff Stuke, and it's 3-3 here in the second.
Yeah, Jeff Stuke gets the job done there, and the ground out deep in the short hole there was all they really needed. Aaron Takis didn't even hesitate and consider trying to get the play at home because ball on the ground, it was basically a done deal there. So out number 2, but the tie ball game here in the top of the second.
Ryan McClellan to the plate for the Joes. The lefty takes a hack and fouls one out of play just behind the Xenia Scouts dugout. 0-1. McClellan 3 for 25 on the year. A 120 batting average. One of those 3 hits is a double. 1 extra base hit for McClellan. The fastball misses high and away, 1-1. Ryan McClellan in right field tonight for the Hamilton Joes. The 1-1 pitch from O'Donnell. Inside, chopped foul down the first baseline. 1-2. Ryan McClellan 2 for 13 with 5 walks in his last 5 games. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing, and he went around. I apologize. Didn't see the signal there for about a second. McClellan goes around on a curveball, and Michael Pineda O'Donnell gets his first strikeout of the game. The Joes get a run on 1 hit, though, and we're tied at 3 heading to the home half of the second. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. A 3-3 ball game as we head to the home half of the second inning. The Scouts get 3 in the bottom of the first. The Joes answer with 1 in the top of the second to tie this ball game at 3 after Hamilton began the game with a couple of runs in the top half of the first. Joey Roddy leads it off for the Scouts here in the second. He takes 2 quick strikes on the outside corners, 0-2. Derek Flogger working real fast here in the second. And that curveball comes way inside, 1-2 to Joey Roddy. Roddy 5 for 46 on the year, a 109 batting average. The redshirt freshman from Ohio State struggling. The 1-2 pitch, curveball, line drive, base hit, left field. Joey Roddy waits back on a curveball and drives one out to left to lead off single. 1 on with nobody down for Francisco Andina.
And that is probably the best plate performance we've seen by Joey Roddy. Like you said, just sitting back on that curveball and driving it. And, you know, Roddy, who has had his struggles at times throughout this season, a lot of people questioning whether he would be better suited on the mound for the Scouts, showing right there, hey, don't sleep on me so fast.
Francisco Andina to the plate now for the Scouts. He's 9 for 50 on the year, a 180 batting average. But 14 walks for the 5'8 lefty. Puts him at a 359 batting average. He shows bunt on the first pitch, pulls back as it's a fastball way outside. 1-0. Andina, the everyday center fielder for the Scouts. As he shows bunt, and the third baseman Murray will play in now in front of the bag. The 1-0. Fastball outside, 2-0. Francisco Andina. His 14 walks is tied for 10th in the Great Lakes League. So, yes, the Xenia Scouts have 3 players in the top 10 in the league in walks. The 2-0. Fastball. I'm not sure what the call was on that one, as the catcher, Deanna, popped up and threw that one down to first. And I believe that hit Francisco Andina's bat.
Throw or
the throw?
Okay, yeah, the throw. That might have, for sure. But yeah, a weird play there, and Joey Roddy didn't even really see it in time to make any progression there, because Deanna got himself over there pretty quickly.
The count is 3-0 to Francisco Andina. The pitch low in the dirt. Oh my! That pitch almost bounced and it was called a strike. 3-1 to Francisco Andina.
And yeah, that's a joke of a call, as they say, Gabe. That is I don't think anyone's going to be satisfied with that one, but 3-1 now.
Andina had already flipped his bat over to toward the Xenia Scout dugout. The 3-1 pitch, fastball out. No, another strike.
And you'd think that he'd get a makeup call there, even if it wasn't strike, right? Because that ball was so close. The first pitch, not even close. So just like that, one very bad call, one questionable call at best, and the count goes full now.
And I apologize for thinking these were balls, but the 3-2 pitch, line drive, base hit, right field. It doesn't matter for Francisco Andina. Joey Roddy, a wide turnaround second. He'll hold up. 2 on, none out for the top of the order in Ryan Park.
Yeah, back to the top. And, the first time through the order, it's what you like to see for the Xenia Scouts. 5 hits, a couple of doubles, and hits from a couple of guys that have been struggling recently. Jordan Lambert, Joey Riley, and Francisco Andina, as well as Donald Ring and Chris Ackerman, who had been hot, continuing to stay hot with the extra base hits. So now it's back to the top, and the guy who's gotten on base more than anyone these past couple of games for the Scouts, Ryan Park, coming to the plate.
Park grounded out to first in the top half of the first inning. But as Andrew mentioned, 8 straight games reaching base for Ryan Park. He's 10 for his last 21 with 11 walks. So 21 for his last 32 at-bats he has been on base.
That is absurd. You don't see that.
He takes a strike in the outside corner, 0-1.
The highest on-base percentage in the league, I believe, or the second highest?
Tied for first, 529 on-base percentage for Ryan Park. Now the 0-1 pitch. Curveball fouled off behind the plate, 0-2. A 3-3 ball game here in the bottom half of the second inning. The Scouts up at bat. Joey Roddy stands on second. Francisco Andina on first. Ryan Park at the plate, nobody down. And that is in his last 32 at-bats, as the 0-2 pitch to Park is outside, 1-2. A 656 on-base percentage in his last 32 at-bats.
Tremendous work by Ryan Park recently. Big spot here, though.
The 1-2 pitch from Derek Flogger. Fouled off down the third base line. We'll do it all over again. Flogger taking a long look at Joey Roddy over there on second base. Roddy has not stolen a base all year, but did have a big lead dancing off a second.
I would say that if you're a pitcher and you see Joey Roddy taking the lead, that is what we call in baseball a threat.
The 1-2 curveball just below the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Park. Park has done just about everything for the Xenia Scouts team. Now the 2-2 pitch. Line drive, foul ball down the third baseline. Joey Roddy on second. Francisco Andina on first. A 3-3 ball game here in the bottom half of the second inning. We apologize for the fans in front of the camera, folks. Line drive, base hit left field. Park singles. Roddy coming around third, and he'll hold there. The bases are loaded with nobody down for the Scouts here in the second inning. And that'll bring up Jordan Lambert for the Xenia Scouts. Lambert 1 for 1 today with a single back in the top half of the first. Came into today a .254 hitter, 15 for 59. Now the bases are juiced with nobody down. A 3-3 ball game here in the bottom half of the second inning. The first pitch to Lambert. Blooped into left field, and that ball's going to land past the left fielder, Turner, and it rolls all the way to the wall. Roddy scores. Andina has to be held up at third because that ball was in the air for so long that none of the runners could advance. 1 run scores, and it's a long single for Jordan Lambert as that ball literally rolled all the way to the left center field wall. And it's a 4-3 lead for the Scouts.
Folks, it all started with Joey Roddy, but the Scouts have just been hitting up a storm here. 7 hits already with still nobody out in the second. And as you might assume, folks, a meeting at the mound here for the Hamilton Joes. They don't know what's going on with Derek Flogger. Flogger, who, like you said, Gabe, was very impressive statistically wise coming into this game.
Derek Flogger, only a 2.16 ERA coming in. Only 8 1/3 innings pitched, though. He had given up 2 earned runs in 8 1/3. Opponents, as I mentioned, were batting .343 against Derek Flogger. Only 3 walks and 1 strikeout. He pounds the strike zone, and either he's going to get out of the inning quickly or he's in for a long run, and that's what we've seen tonight. 4 runs on 7 hits for the Scouts, and they lead 4-3 here in the bottom half of the second. And that is a pretty long mound meeting. I thought they were going to pull him. They're going to leave him in there. Bases loaded, nobody down.
The bullpen already going here. the Hamilton Joes. Can't see the number from this distance, but if you're the Hamilton Joes manager here, you got to be careful. You don't want this game to get out of hand too quickly, especially with Donald Ring at the plate.
Ring steps up. A double, his first time up in the first. The lefty. Ground ball toward the second baseman, Zeals. He fields it on a couple hops, gets Ring, but an RBI ground out for Donald Ring, and it is 5-3 Scouts here in the second.
And both Jordan Lambert and Ryan Park advancing into scoring position, so 2 on. We're in second and third here. It's just 1 out. A long fly ball from Chris Ackerman will bring another run home.
And Donald Ring, who had no RBIs in his first 7 games with the Scouts, now 7 RBIs in the last 3. And in steps Chris Ackerman for Xenia. Scouts up 5-3 over the Joes. 1 down. Runners on second and third. Here in the bottom of the second, Ackerman skies one high and deep to left field. This should score Ryan Park. Caught by Turner in left. Park will score a sac fly for Chris Ackerman, and it's 6-3 Scouts.
We're talking about other guys getting their RBI numbers up. Chris Ackerman, 3 RBIs already on the day. A sac fly, and this is something that we've seen these past couple of games from the Scouts. When they've been successful, the situational hitting is there. The ability, as Bubba Cates says, that the only way that you can bring a guy home is by putting a ball in play, getting a hit, then you're a chump. But you see right there, Donald Ring brings him home on the ground out. The sac fly from Chris Ackerman, 2 runs come home. That's the difference in this game.
First pitch to Kyle Casserly, a fastball at the chin, ball 1. Casserly, a guy who has 8 RBIs on the season himself, steps in 0 for 1 today. Chris Ackerman now joins him with 8 RBIs. He only had 5 coming into today. And now Jordan Lambert is caught at second. Lambert just takes his helmet off and puts his head down at second as he was caught dancing. The Scouts, though, do some damage. 3 runs on 4 hits in the bottom half of the second inning, and they lead the Joes 6-4 as we head to the third. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. A 6-4 Xenia Scouts lead as we head to the top half of the third inning. Back to the top of the order for the Joes, and Riley Dent to the plate. Dent grounded out to the second baseman. Bourgeois, his first time up. The first pitch at the knees, strike 1. Dent. The lefty. The 0-1 pitch. Chopped back to Pineda O'Donnell. He makes the play. Flips over to Ring. 1 down here in the third.
Great play defensively there by Michael Pineda O'Donnell, but he almost didn't put enough on that underhand toss over to Donald Ring. Ring had to get very low to the ground to catch, essentially catching it with his glove on the ground, basket catch style. No harm, no foul, but kind of the best of both worlds there for Michael Pineda O'Donnell.
O'Donnell made the nice leaping play on the ground ball, too. Had to get up there to field that one. Now the first pitch to Ryan Zeals. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. Zeals is on for the second time today with a couple of singles.
Ryan Zeals, who's been the most successful hitter, at least in today's Hamilton lineup, throughout the season. C.J. Bush, who's been out of the lineup these past couple of days, probably a blessing there for the Scouts as he's hitting amongst the league leaders in average, extra base hits, RBIs, so on and so forth. But Zeals has gotten it done all season, and he continues to do it here today against the Scouts.
C.J. Bush, 375 hitter, 5th in the league in average, 4th in on-base percentage, out of the lineup yesterday and today against the Scouts. The first pitch to Trey Turner, a curveball just off the outside part of the plate, 1-0. Turner, an RBI triple back in the first inning. Actually, the same scenario. Riley Dent grounded out. Ryan Zeals got on with the single. And in the first, Trey Turner was able to come through with a one-hopper off the wall for an RBI triple. They throw over to Zeals now. He dives back safely. Turner steps in. 1 ball and no strikes to the redshirt freshman from Arizona State. And Michael Pineda-O'Donnell is just being really bothered by Ryan Zeals on the base pass today. He throws over once again to first. Now the 1-0 to Turner. Fouled off behind the plate, 1-1.
And Pineda-O'Donnell, a guy who, we've seen the good from him and we've seen the bad from him. Some bad starts early in the season, but coming into this game, 3 scoreless innings, or 5 1/3 innings of 1-run baseball, I believe it to be for Michael Pineda-O'Donnell. A double play ball here would be crucial.
The 1-1. Zeals goes. It was a pitch out the throw from Park High. Zeals slides in safely. He steals his 9th base of the year. And there's a duck on the pond for Turner.
And that's exactly right. Certainly a pitch out there from Ryan Park, but almost just rushed the throw a little bit too high. The throw would have been in time had it not been, but a runner in scoring position here with 1 out.
A good pitch call from pitching coach Corey Coobs on the pitch out. They knew Zeals was going to take off. The count now 2 balls and 1 strike to Trey Turner. 6-3. Xenia Scouts lead here in the 3rd. Turner now skies one to left center field. Ondina ranging to his right makes the grab. 2 down here in the 3rd.
And that ball just not deep enough there. Ryan Zeals had the thought about trying to get over, but Ondina catching it pretty shallow, and he's got a good arms. Ondina's been very effective defensively for the Scouts all season long, but now 2 away. And Eric Santiago, the man who has one of the RBIs here for the Hamilton Joes, an opportunity to tack on 1 more. Pineda-O'Donnell can get out of the inning unscathed.
Santiago, a sac fly back in the first inning. The first pitch to the righty. Catches the outside corner, strike 1. A good fastball from Pineda-O'Donnell.
One of the best pitches we've seen from him all day, placement-wise.
Santiago came into this game on a 6-game hit streak. 8 for 26 in his last 5 games. And Pineda-O'Donnell will look back at second, step off the mound. Ryan Zeals now 9 for 12 on stolen bases, dancing over at second. Santiago, the righty. Zeals takes off for third. Park gets up quickly but will not make a throw, and Ryan Zeals has stolen 2 bases here, and he's 90 feet away.
And that's exactly right. Park, I guess, kind of did a cost-benefit analysis there of what would happen if it was a wild throw, and he certainly wasn't going to beat him, so just holding on, but good pitch there by O'Donnell. Ahead in the count, 0-2 with 2 away.
Santiago, the righty. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball just off the outside corner, 1-2. And this is when O'Donnell has had the most success, getting ahead on hitters. When he gets behind in the count, oppositions tend to hit him very hard. Now the 1-2 almost got away from Ryan Park. Oh, that pitch was in the opposite batter's box. Park was able to hop up and block that one, 2-2.
And actually, from our viewpoint, you couldn't really see where the ball went, but Park, I guess, had just kind of gotten almost on top of it in a sense, but the count evens up 2-2. Good defensive work behind the plate by Ryan Park.
The 2-2 pitch, curveball, sliced foul, and we'll stay at 2-2. Eric Santiago, only one extra base hit on the year. It was a double. A double and 12 singles for Santiago. He doesn't strike out often, only 6 on the year. The 2-2 pitch, ground ball towards shortstop. Takis fields it on 2 hops, and they got him. A good scoop by Donald Ring over at first, and Michael Pineda-O'Donnell gets out of the third without allowing a run. No runs on 1 hit and 1 left on for the Joes. We'll head to the bottom half of the third. The Scouts lead 6-3 here at home. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. A 6-3 Xenia Scouts lead as we head to the home half of the third inning. Derek Flogger still on the mound for the Joes entering the third despite giving up 6 runs and 7 hits through the first 2 innings. Kyle Casserly will lead it off for the Scouts, followed by Aaron Takis and Ange Bourgeois, the 5-6-7 hitters for Xenia. The first pitch to Cass, down low, ball 1. Derek Flogger, who only had a 2.16 ERA coming into this game, has gotten rocked here in the first couple innings. Now a flare out toward left center. The center fielder, Dent, comes on and makes the grab. 1 down here in the third. And that ball, the second ball hit by Kyle Casserly today that looked like it might drop in left center field, and the speed of the Hamilton Joes outfielders have saved him.
And that goes to show something you'll see kind of all across baseball now is there's more of an appreciation for defensive outfielders. You'll see guys even at the major league level. Sabermetrics are showing that a good defensive outfielder, even if he can't hit as well, is going to give your team just as much benefit when it comes to wins and losses.
And Takis to the plate, takes a fastball in the outside corner for strike 1. Takis reached on the error by Ryan Zeals, the second baseman in the first inning. Now the 0-1 attack. It's a curveball on the inside part of the plate. 0-2. Takis came in tonight, reaching base in 9 of his last 10 games. He reached on the error in the first, make it 10 of his last 11. The 0-2. Fastball low, 1-2. Takis 1 for his last 13 at the plate after going 2 for 3 in his first game back from a hamstring injury just 3 games ago. The 1-2. Curveball sliced toward third. A good play made by Murray. He fires across the diamond. Takis is retired. 2 down.
And, scooping that out of the turf was Murray, but he almost held on for it for a little too long. You thought maybe there that Takis would have a chance to beat it out, but a good job there by the third baseman, Jake Murray, to get the ball out of the glove over to first in time. And if you are Flagger here, it's the first inning where you've kind of gotten the first 2 outs with any relative form of ease.
Ange Bourgeois steps up, takes a first pitch hack, fouls it down the first baseline. 1-0. Bourgeois came into tonight a 250 hitter, double and a triple, 2 extra base hits. He grounded out to third his first time up. Curveball now, check swing. He fouls it off, 0-2. Bourgeois, the lefty, Derek Flogger, the righty. 6-3. Xenia Scouts lead as we are here in the bottom half of the third. Scouts trying to get to 500 tonight. The 0-2. Ground ball towards second. This time Zeals fields it cleanly, and Bourgeois is retired. Here in the third, a 1-2-3 inning pitched by Derek Flogger. The Scouts go down 1-2-3 for the first time today. Alix will have the play-by-play for the middle innings. The Scouts lead 6-3 as we head to the fourth. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
So we go to the top of the fourth inning. It's Alix here alongside Gabe, Genovesi. And the batter to lead things off for the Hamilton Joes is Genesis Hillard, 6-3. The score in favor of the Xenia Scouts here in the top of the fourth. Hillard, his first time up, a fly out to right field. Hillard, a .242 hitter on the year. That's with a double and 7 RBIs. First pitch on the outside, 1 ball and no strikes to Genesis Hillard. The 1-0 pitch. And that one missing low and away yet again. 2 balls and no strikes. Hillard from Ohio Dominican University, a native of the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. The 2-0 pitch. And that one missing low and away yet again. So Michael Pineda O'Donnell, who you kind of see this sometimes with Michael, will come out and miss his spot for the first batter of the inning. Not a great thing in terms of getting leadoff runners aboard, but let's see if he can get the 3-0 across here. 3 balls, no strikes, the pitch. And that one, a fastball right down the pipe. A called strike 1, 3 balls and a strike. Hillard bats from the right side against the righty Pineda O'Donnell. Pitch. And that one upstairs, ball 4. Michael Pineda O'Donnell walks his first batter of the ball game. And 1 on and nobody out for Jake Murray. Jake Murray, a returning guy for this Hamilton Joes ball club, folks. And remember, there's a lot of history between these two teams, the Joes and the Scouts. In 2016, a huge pennant race all season long. The Scouts ended up taking the divisional title. First pitch to Murray, swing and a miss. Pineda O'Donnell blows fastball outside part of the plate right by Jake Murray. Ahead in this count, 0-1. But Murray was part of that team, and unfortunately for the Scouts and the Joes ended up meeting again in the semifinals as pickoff attempt over to first, not in time. It was best 2 out of 3. The series comes all the way down to the 10th inning of Game 3, where the Hamilton Joes just notched it out by 1 run. But the Scouts did get the divisional title, and the banner in the outfield for just that. A historic season for last year's Xenia Scouts, 27-15, the most successful season in franchise history. But nothing in 1 the count here. The pitch, and that one comes on the inside, ball 1. Count evens up a ball and strike. Murray from the University of Cincinnati Claremont. So not the University of Cincinnati. You might assume. He comes into this game 3 for his last 16. He is 1 for 1 on the day. That's 1-1 fastball off the plate. Move the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. 6-3 the score in favor of the Scouts here in the top of the 4th inning. 1 on and nobody out with the lefty Jake Murray at the plate. The 2-1 pitch. And that one fastball right down the pipe. Yet again, the count moves, or evens up, I should say, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Murray notched 1 of 4 hits thus far off of Michael Pineda O'Donnell. As Mike's going to look back to first, check the runner, Genovesi Hillard. Keep him honest over there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As time is called yet again, Mike taking a lot of time on the mound. Murray, 10 strikeouts on the year. That is 3rd on the Hamilton Joes. The 2-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Appeal to the field umpire. Says no, he did not. Big crowd here on Military Appreciation Night. They do not like the call. So the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes, folks. But let me tell you, the Military Appreciation Night, I'm going to get to it after this batter, but a lot of great things to say about the festivities here tonight at beautiful Grady's Field. 3-2 count. Pineda O'Donnell looks to Ryan Park. And time is called yet again. Mike does not seem to be in any rush here. As time has been called a couple of times because O'Donnell has simply not gotten the ball out of his hand quick enough. Pickoff attempt over to first yet again. We're going to say it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Is that one not going to get there in time? So Mike looks to the catcher, Ryan Park. He sets and delivers. And that one fouled down the first base line. The runner was going. So we're going to stay at 3-2. A long at-bat here. And, folks, we cannot stress enough. It is a hot, humid one here at Grady's Field. No question about that. Rain in the forecast for later in the night. The goal here for the Scouts hopefully should be keep the lead through 5 innings. See if you can get them in. See if you can get the game official. 3-2 pitch. Fouled back yet again. Jake Murray doing a good job protecting the plate, extending the at-bat. Now, 7 pitches into this one. The count will stay at 3-2. So Murray bats from the left side against the righty O'Donnell. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count, and a long at-bat that just keeps getting longer. Michael Pineda O'Donnell not taking any chances with the runner at first, Genovesi Hillard. Another pickoff attempt, not going to get there in time. Hillard with 3 stolen bases on the year. He has been caught stealing once. And that ball hit on the ground over towards second. They're going to go to second for 1. The throw to first for 2. In time, a 4-6-3 twin killing has gotten 2 away here in the top of the 4th. And Michael Pineda O'Donnell, he didn't take any chances. He kept the runner, Genovesi Hillard, as close as he could to the first base bag. And with the grounder over towards second, he did the job. The 4-6-3 double play. And now 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Going to bring Mason Deanna to the plate. Deanna comes into the game a 370 hitter. A tremendous year at the plate so far. He actually has 3 triples as he fouls first pitch out of play down the first base line. Nothing in 1 here to Mason Deanna. Deanna, 46 at-bats. He has 17 hits, 3 triples. However, he has only driven in 6 runs. 0-1 pitch. And that one's taken on the outside. And to put that in perspective, 6 RBIs. Donald Ring has 7 RBIs in just the past 2 games, plus the first couple innings of this one. 1-1 the count now. Pitch. And that one right down the heart of the plate. I'll check that. They're going to say it was low, I suppose. I don't agree with the call. 2 balls and a strike. Deanna bats from the right side against the right-handed pitcher, Michael Pineda O'Donnell. Michael looks to Ryan Park, 2-1, and that one's a grounder. A just foul on the third base side. It took one big hop. And if you're a Scouts fan, you were wondering, will it stay fair? Will it go foul? But Joey Rowdy just makes the play from the ground in foul territory. So the count is going to even up 2-2 after the foul ball. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. The Scouts lead the Hamilton Joes by a score of 6-3. O'Donnell delivers the 2-2 pitch, and that one is hit on the ground, foul, third base side yet again. We're going to stay at 2-2. Deanna, his first time to the plate, a flyout to right field, so he is 0 for 1 so far today against Michael Pineda O'Donnell. The 2-2 pitch, and that one's hit in the air towards second. Ange Bourgeois is going to try to make the play, can't grab it, throws to first, and he was safe. A tough play there. And that ball was hit in the air, and kind of a similar thing to what we saw earlier. The ball was hit kind of a blooper. Bourgeois couldn't take it out of the air. So he kind of tries to slow up so he can make the play from the ground, but it just doesn't take the hop he expects. So he bobbles the ball, really can't hold on, and Mason Deanna beat it out. So we'll see if they mark that down as a hit or an error. It looks like they're going to give the error to Bourgeois on that one. So 1 on here and 2 outs for Jeff Stuke. First pitch low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Stuke. Deanna, the man at first. 0 for 1 on stolen bases so far this season. Righty-righty matchup here. The pitch. And that one's lined into center field. Ondina's going to take it out of the air and make the grab for out number 3. So no runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left aboard for Hamilton in the top of the fourth. Another 0 on the scoreboard for Michael Pineda O'Donnell. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. You are listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning here. Andrew Alix alongside Gabe, Genovesi, and Joey Roddy comes to the plate here in the home half of the fourth. The Scouts with a 6-3 lead, and Roddy hits that first pitch up the middle, high bounce over to short. The shortstop takes it on one hop, throws over to first in time to get Joey Roddy. So that ball hit up the middle, and it really looked like it had a chance there, but a good play there by the shortstop. And now one away in the 9-man in the order. Francisco Andina going to come to the plate. Before I could even say it, it's Roddy Andina and Ryan Park due up in this inning, the 8, 9, and 1 spots in the Xenia order. Andina comes to the plate, his first time up, a single. He takes first pitch fastball inside part of the zone, a called strike one. Andina lead bats from the left side here against the righty. A single back in that big second inning. Fastball again, trying to work both sides of the plate here is Nathan Flogger. But he misses on the outside that time. The count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. And that one hit hard back at the pitcher, off the glove of the pitcher. Second baseman Zeals takes it, throws over to first, and that'll get him 2. So a couple of shots there. A couple of hard hit balls by Joey Roddy and Francisco Andina, respectively. Both of them where you think, maybe they got a shot here. Maybe they could beat this out for an infield hit, but both times, tremendous defensive plays by the Hamilton Joes in the field. So all they're good for is a couple of ground outs, and 2 up, 2 down here for the Scouts here in the home half of the fourth. First pitch now to Ryan Park coming, and Park hits that one in the air, center field. The center fielder comes under it, makes the grab for out number 3. So probably the smoothest sailing for the Hamilton Joes pitcher, Nathan Flogger, so far. No runs on no hits and nobody left aboard for the Scouts in the home half of the fourth. We had played 4 innings of baseball here, folks, and the Scouts lead the Joes by a score of 6-3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. We go to the top of the fifth inning, and Ryan McClellan to lead things off here for the Hamilton Joes. They trail the Scouts 6-3. First pitch from Michael Pineda O'Donnell. A slider comes way on the inside, hits Ryan McClellan on the knee, or maybe probably more of the shin area, if we're being honest. So a hit by pitch on the first pitch to start things here for Michael Pineda O'Donnell. O'Donnell has not allowed a hit since the third, has walked one, and another runner reaching on an error back in the fourth. First pitch. That one hit on the ground up the middle, or should I say between second and first. Rolls into right field. A base hit, so totally cursed the commentator there. And runners at first and second here with nobody out. The Hamilton Joes getting a little bit going. Looks like Corey Coombs actually was going to go out to the mound to have a word with Michael Pineda O'Donnell, but actually looks like he's going to choose not to. He's going to hold off. But looks like something is about to get going. And it actually looks like Corey Coombs has decided to come out to the mound. Chris Ackerman, the designated hitter who's going to act as the bullpen catcher in this game, is going out. And the scouts are going to start warming someone up here as Michael Pineda O'Donnell has had a long night thus far. And not long in terms of he's given up a lot of runs, but the Hamilton Joes have done a tremendous job of just extending at bats, getting, even if they're ahead in the count, 0-2, getting back to 1-2, 2-2, 3-2. And even if the at bat doesn't really translate to success, it's a good job of working the pitch count against Michael Pineda O'Donnell. So it's Ryan Zeals now to play as O'Donnell's going to stay in there. I'll let you know who I see warming up out there in the bullpen. It'll be interesting to see who's active, who can go. And that's Landon Williams pitching 2 in the third last night. And I'm almost, I see some Kyle Bruner out there. And that would be a first here for the Scouts this season. Kyle Bruner, who has first pitch to Zeals, is hit in the air center field. Dina tracking under it, and they'll make the grab for out number 1. A 1-pitch out and a good out there, as Ryan Zeals, one of the most talented hitters in the lineup. He was already 2 for 2 on the day. So runners at first and second here, now with 1 away. But to give you some info on Kyle Bruner, a returning guy, a 2016 scout, a little bit of bicep tendonitis to start this season. We have seen him up here in the press box with me, but he got the clear. He's good to go. And it looks like he's warming up in the bullpen right now. First pitch, that one a fastball in there for a called strike 1. The batter is Trey Turner. And the manager side of me is saying Kyle Bruner, because he started the game in the press box, who will be doing the walk-up music here in this game? The 0-1 pitch on the outside evens up 1 ball and 1 strike. Trey Turner, 1 for 2 on the day, a triple back in the first. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball outside part of the plate, finds the zone, a called strike. So O'Donnell ahead now, a ball and 2 strikes against Trey Turner. Turner, the Arizona State Sun Devil, he bats from the right side against the righty Michael Pineda O'Donnell. The 1-1 or the 1-2 is hit high in the air. Shallow center. Dina chasing it, makes the grab on the run. Out number 2. So after a couple of base runners were put on to start this thing off on a hit by pitch and a single, Michael Pineda O'Donnell has gotten a couple of outs in the form of flyouts to center, and now 2 away and 2 on for Eric Santiago. We are in the top of the 5th inning. The Scouts, they lead by a score of 6-3. Ryan McClellan at second, Riley Dent at first. Santiago to the plate. He attacks first pitch, foul ball, right field side, out of play. The count goes 0-1. Eric Santiago, a .271 hitter on the year, 1 double, 8 RBIs. Santiago from Lake Erie College. The 0-1, or check that. Pineda O'Donnell once again being very careful with the runner at second. Ryan McClellan checks him back. And that ball is hit hard, but foul. Down the left field line, and Michael Pineda O'Donnell 1 strike away here from shutting the door on the Joes here in the top of the 5th. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Mike looks to the catcher, Ryan Park. Runners at first and second. The 0-2 pitch. off the plate. Ryan Park in front of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes, now the count. Scoring summary, the Joes with 2 in the first. The Scouts responded with 3. The Joes then responded with 1. The Scouts responded with another 3. And then in the third and fourth, zeros across the board for both teams. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Pineda O'Donnell taking his time, and the batter calls time. Not the first time that we've seen this. But if you're Michael Pineda O'Donnell, you can get out of this inning putting another 0 on the board with 1 pitch here. And pickoff attempt, and he actually won't throw it, just does the arm fake. Mike being very careful here, but 2 outs. The runners are going to go without question here. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Michael Pineda O'Donnell slams the door. No runs on 1 hit and 2 men left aboard for the Hamilton Joes in the top of the 5th. We have reached the middle of the 5th. The Scouts lead the Hamilton Joes by a score of 6-3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. You are listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts. to make the play. The umpire, as he's going to the ground, signals fair ball.
That was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen from a field umpire. He literally rolled over like on top of his head and back onto his knees. And when he got up, as you mentioned, just a hard point fair ball. And then he gets up and he sprints over to the middle of the field to make the safe call on Casserly at second. Well done.
Umpires are athletes too. Aaron Takas to the plate now. First pitch. That one fastball low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Aaron Takas. Takas is 0 for 2 on the day. He did reach once, though, on an error by the second baseman, Zeals. Takas, the native of Oviedo, Florida. And let me tell you, folks, Oviedo, Florida, a very special place. You got to think first that it's where Blake Bortles is from. But part of Oviedo's southern charm is the population of chickens that roam the downtown area. There are so many of them roaming the area that traffic often stops as they cross the road. As a meeting at the mound is why we're doing this right now. There are city ordinances that protect the birds within the city limits. The entire city is a designated bird sanctuary. The chickens are afforded courtesy of protection under this city code. Some residents would like to see the chickens removed due to the danger that they pose to traffic in the congested town center. But for others, such as Aaron Takas, the chickens add an element of fun. Apparently, Gabe, there are also wild peacocks roaming the streets. 2 balls and no strikes to Aaron Takas here. And fastball clips the outside part of the plate. 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 away here. The Scouts now lead 8-3 after a 2-run shot by Chris Ackerman. And the runner, Kyle Casserly, goes hit and run on that one in the gap and rolls into right field. Casserly is going to score easily on the hit and run. An RBI single for Aaron Takas. Make that score 9-3.
And well done by Aaron Takas to get a bat on the ball on the hit and run. And it just happens to roll straight through that first and second base hole. And we've got ourselves a 9-3 ball game.
Perfectly executed job on the hit and run by Aaron Takas. And you know, Gabe, there's the age-old question, why did the chicken cross the road? And the answer might just be to see Aaron Takas play some baseball down in Florida. So it's Takas at first here, and we have a meeting on the mound for the Hamilton Joes. 9-3 the score. The Scouts putting up their third frame of 3 runs at least. And there is going to be a call to the bullpen now, and we're going to step off while they do that, folks. So we'll be right back. 9-3 the score in favor of the Scouts. 1 on and 1 out here in the home half of the 5th. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. A new pitcher into the game for the Hamilton Joes. And Gabe, number 22. Who do we got as number 22 on the Joes?
Number 22 on the Hamilton Joes, Dalton Laney, a 6'3" righty from Indiana State, in the pitch for the Hamilton Joes. Laney on the year, 6 appearances for Hamilton, only 9 in a third innings pitched, though. He's given up 10 runs, 12 of them earned, 8 walks, it was 10 walks, 12 strikeouts, 8 runs, all of them earned. I apologize.
So 1 ball and 1 strike now the count to Ange Bourgeois. 9-3 the score in favor of the Scouts. Bourgeois, he hits from the left side against the righty, and he skies that one. Foul territory, third base side. Third baseman chasing over. He's going to watch it fly. And folks, just a quick reminder, you can find us all over the internet. We're on Twitter at Xenia Scouts. We're on Facebook. You can like our page. We're at Xenia Scouts. For all your Xenia Scouts updates, go to www.xeniascouts.com. You can follow Gabe on Twitter at GabeGeno13. You can follow me on Twitter at AndrewAlixRadio. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Curveball swung on and missed, strike 3. Dalton Laney comes in with a bang and retires Ange Bourgeois, the swinging punch out there. And now 2 away for the very athletic Joey Roddy coming to the plate. Roddy is 1 for 2 on the day, a single and a ground out over to short. He has scored a run. Roddy coming into the game batting a .09. Tackis over at first. First pitch to Roddy. Way on the outside, throw back over to try to get Tackis. Isn't going to get there in time. Tackis quickly slides back in there safely. So 1-0. The count to the Ohio State Buckeye Joey Roddy. Roddy, the native of Boston, Massachusetts. Boston College High School alumni. And Roddy waves and misses. Slider on the outside, evens at the count 1-1.
Good pitch there from Laney, throwing off the timing of Joey Roddy. Roddy's hit, obviously, the single tonight. His ground out almost went up the middle as well. 2 solid at-bats for Joey Roddy.
The pitch. Curveball just finds the outside part of the plate. A called strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here with 2 away. It's Aaron Tackis at first. Joey Roddy at the plate. The Scouts have already put up 3 runs, and Roddy trying to keep it going. And that pitch way on the outside, Roddy's able to hold off. Almost looked like possibly a pitch out to try to get Aaron Tackis. But 2-2 now the count. Either that or that was just a slider that badly missed. You never want your pitcher to be confused with a pitch out. That's a kind of rule of thumb there. 2-2 and swung on and missed. Strike 3. New pitcher comes into the game for the Hamilton Joes, and a couple of punch-outs for the righty Dalton Laney to end the inning. But the Scouts put a couple more runs on the board. 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 man left aboard. We have played 5 innings of baseball here at Grady's Field in beautiful Xenia, Ohio, and the Scouts lead this one by a score of 9-3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. You are listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. We are back. It's the top of the 6th inning here. Andrew, Alix, Gabe, Genovesi. The Scouts leading 9-3. First pitch from Michael Pineda O'Donnell to Genesis Hillard. That one is taken just low. 1 ball and no strikes here to Hillard. Hillard 0 for 1 on the day. Did draw a walk back at the 4th. 1-0. And that one does find the zone. Evens up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike here. It's Hitler, Jake Murray, and Mason Deanna due up in the inning. For the Hamilton Joes, they try to climb back into this one after the Scouts have widened the gap yet again in the home half of the 5th. 1-1 pitch. That one is hit a real spinny ball there. Takes a couple of weird hops past the head of O'Donnell over towards Ange Bourgeois, who fields it cleanly, throws it over to first in time. Out number 1. That was like sliced, I would say would be the word I was looking for.
And once it hit the turf, it came off really slow and kind of took a weird hop. Bourgeois played it nicely, but Genesis Hillard just jogging down the first baseline. Didn't even try to beat that one out. Kind of like the old major leaguer, like, I'm not getting there. Might as well just jog.
First pitch, grounder over towards third. Roddy takes it, throw over to first, scooped out of the dirt in time. Donald Ring, who is not an everyday first baseman by any means, has done a lot of work in terms of taking balls that were thrown a little bit low, both by Aaron Tox and Joey Roddy tonight, saving the outs. And now 2 away on just a couple of pitches here for Michael Pineda O'Donnell.
Exactly what O'Donnell needed right here, a quick inning. Let's see if he can get Deanna, get out of the 6th, and I'll be curious to see if he goes back out there for the 7th, if he can get out of this one quickly.
So Mason Deanna to the plate. Deanna is 0 for 2 on the day. Did reach on an error in the 4th. He attacks first pitch, but foul out of play first base side. 0-1 the count here with 2 away. Michael Pineda O'Donnell, if he can get another 0 on the board here, this will certainly be his signature performance of the year without question. And some arms going in the bullpen. Pineda O'Donnell already deep into this one. But if you can put another 0 on the board here, just tremendous job. That pitch from O'Donnell way on the outside, evens up the count of ball and a strike. Michael's only allowed 5 hits through 5 2/3 innings. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss there. O'Donnell finds himself, like you mentioned earlier, Gabe, in a position that he is most comfortable, ahead in the count, and Mike has ended 2 innings already with big strikeouts. Maybe a 3rd here.
And obviously every pitcher is comfortable ahead in the count, but O'Donnell gets hit way more when he falls behind.
The 1-2. In there. Oh, that's going to say it hit him in there a little too much. Oh, my gosh. I thought the umpire does the hand motion, and I thought that was the hand motion to say that that ball was in there for a called strike 3, folks. But unfortunately, I was not correct. Gabe can't stop laughing at me. But, that one hit him on the elbow. So the runner, Mason Deanna, is over at first, and I'm going to just be a sorry young man. With Jeff Stuck coming to the plate. Stuck is 0 for 2 on the day, an RBI on a ground out back in the 2nd. He flew out to center his 2nd time up, 0 for 2. That's tough. Oh, and pickoff attempt, and that one almost gets by Donald Ring. 1 ball and no strikes here with 2 away. The runner at first is Mason Deanna, and low key. I guess that's the 2nd guy that's gotten hit with a pitch here today. He can't contain himself. He can't contain himself. The 1-0. That one comes way inside, almost hit him again. So I could have called strike 3 there. But 2 balls and no strikes the count here. With 2 away, action in the Xenia bullpen looks like Alix Worthington. So you can laugh at me. Ball in the air, shallow right field. It's going to drop in front of Jordan Lambert. Lambert rockets it to prevent the advance there. So now runners at first and 2nd here with 2 outs and a little bit of a rally following the hit by pitch.
And now is where, let's see if Bubba Cates goes to the bullpen here. We saw him last night take out John Kopicki with 2 outs in the 5th. and Landon Williams came in and got out of the inning.
The only reason I think that's not going to happen is because
the
there's a
6-run lead.
cushion. Yeah, 6-run cushion's a little bit better. So now Ryan McClellan to the plate. McClellan, first pitch. That one on the inside. 1 ball and no strikes. McClellan's 0 for 1 today. He struck out swinging his first time up, hit by a pitch his second time up. So the 1-0 count here. And that ball fouled straight back into the plate. Going to even things up 1-1.
And a good pitch there by O'Donnell. An off-speed pitch at the knees, threw the timing off of McClelland a little. Gets the count back to 1-1. Again, just trying to get this final out. Heading, well, he'll be through 6 with only 3 runs allowed.
1-1 is not going to be thrown there. Michael Pineda O'Donnell has been absolutely so careful with the runners on base. And I think that's helped him. It helped him turn that double play earlier in this game, back in the 4th, when he was able to keep Genesis Hillard close. The 1-1 pitch. And that ball is hit into shallow center field. It's going to drop past the glove of Takas. Rounding third and coming home is Mason Deanna. Throw to third will be in time to get Jeff stuck. So 1 run comes home. But Michael Pineda O'Donnell is out of the inning. 1 run on 2 hits and 1 man left for the Joes in the top of the 6th. We have reached the middle of the 6th. The Scouts lead by a score of 9-4. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. You are listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. So here's a weird one for you, folks. We're back here in the bottom of the 6th, and there was a general consensus after the single that seemed to have scored a run in the home half or in the top half of the 6th that run would count. I thought so. Gabe thought so. The official scorekeeper, Kyler Ludlow, who has over 8 years' experience as a sports information director at the college and minor league baseball level, thought so. But the home plate umpire looked up at us, shook it off, said no run. So we can't tell you why. But the run doesn't count. So Francisco Andina to the plate. First pitch in there for a called strike.
The runner, Deanna, definitely crossed the plate before Andina threw Stuke out at third. Or at least I thought so.
No, without question. I called because I saw that
Deanna come across.
Yeah, I saw Deanna come across, and then I looked to third. That pitch finds the zone, however. 0-2. The count to Francisco Andina. Andina is 1 for 2 on the day, a single and a ground out for the Puerto Rican from Spring Arbor. And that one taken on the outside, the count moves 1-2. It'll be Andina, Ryan Park, Jordan Lambert due up here in the inning for Xenia. A 9-3 lead for the Scouts. And Andina flares that one, but foul. The count will stay at 1-2. And Frankie looks like he had broken his bat there on the foul ball, or just putting some pine tar at it. In all actuality, the scoring summary thus far. The Scouts, they have 9 runs. It was a single from Jordan Lambert in the first, and then a double by Donald Ring put runners at first and second second and third for the Scouts. Chris Ackerman, 2 RBI double, brings home 2. Then another run scores on an error by the second baseman. There's 1 and 2 that count. Curveball up and away. Then in the second inning, 4 straight singles to start off the inning from Joey Roddy, Francisco Andina, and Ryan Park. Then an RBI single from Jordan Lambert, and then 2 runs come home to score on sacrifices from Donald Ring and Chris Ackerman. And 2-2 pitch comes in there for a called strike 3. Francisco Andina goes down looking, just to finish off the scoring summary here. And then in the 5th, it was a single from Lambert, a 2-run shot, an absolute bomb from Chris Ackerman, and then a double from Kyle Casserly, followed by a single on a hit and run from Aaron Takis that scored Casserly, and that gets us to 9 runs. A great day at the plate. A couple of great days in a row at the plate here for the Xenia Scouts, with Ryan Park to the plate now. First pitch curveball missing way high. Ball number 1. Gabe, you like what you've seen so far these past couple of days? What's changed?
We'll have to talk to the guys about their plate approach and what they've been seeing up there. I don't know if these Hamilton Joe's pitchers, the ball's just been coming in flatter and more over the plate. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tale of 2 different teams that we can see out there. One team can punch out 15 times and not put up any runs, and the other team, it's 7, 8, 9 runs each and every game. Now, when they get the pitching right, that's how it happens. But that one fouled straight back by Ryan Park. The count moves 2 balls and 1 strike down to Ryan Park. Park on the day, 1 for 3, has not drawn a walk, which is something that he has done incredibly efficiently. That one's hit straight back on the ground to the pitcher. Underhand toss to first in time. Out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here for the reliever. And a tremendous job from him. That being Dalton Laney from Indiana State. He has now made 4 outs, 4 in a row. The only 4 batters he's faced, 3 of them punch outs.
He had struck 3 Scouts out in a row to start his day. He gets parked to ground out there. Now Lambert at the plate.
So now Jordan Lambert to the plate. Jordan Lambert 3 for 3 on the evening. All 3 singles. He scored 2 runs, driven in 1. First pitch to him. Curve ball on the outside part of the plate. The count 0-1 to Jordan Lambert. Jordan, like Gabe said, had an air of confidence coming into this contest. Promised 3 hits, immediately delivered as the 1-0 or as the 0-1 pitch comes way on the inside. Gets past Lambert. The count evens up a ball and a strike here with 2 away.
See if Lambert can continue the hot streak here today.
Jordan awaits the 1-1 now. And he fouls that one toward the Hamilton dugout on the first base side. Behind him, this count of ball and 2 strikes here with 2 outs. Jordan from the University of Tennessee at Martin. He bats from the left side. Against the righty, Dalton Laney. Laney looks to the catcher, Mason Deanna. The 1-2 pitch, and that one in the dirt. Going to even things up 2-2. Lambert had struggled a little bit these last couple of days. There's no question about that. He's had some real displays, though, hitting. One of them coming against the Hamilton Joes earlier this season. The 2-2 pitch. And Jordan hits that one foul down the first base line. Looks like he may have fouled that one off of his foot. Count going to stay at 2-2.
A good job by Lambert to fight off that inside curveball. Was able to get around on it just enough to stay alive.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes again. The Scouts looking to get back to 500. The 2-2 pitch. Off the plate, ball 3. The count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jordan Lambert. The 3-2 pitch. Lambert fouls it straight back. Staying alive, and the count stays at 3-2. Lambert at the plate, Donald Ring waits on deck. The Tennessee native trying to pick up his 4th hit of the ball game. The 3-2 pitch. Curveball upstairs, ball 4. Jordan Lambert's on base for the 4th time today, and 1 on and 2 outs now for Donald Ring. Good job there by Lambert to fight his way back into this count. And now with Donald Ring, a guy who, like we've already mentioned in this game, he's been the hot man. Him and Chris Ackerman, the 2 Hillsdale boys, have been the hot bats in the Xenia Scouts lineup. First pitch to Ring. Fastball on the outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Donald Ring. Ring from Hillsdale College. Native of the Chicagoland area. 1-0. Up and away. 2 balls and no strikes now to Donald Ring.
And now all of a sudden, Jordan Lambert does a fantastic job at working the count and getting on base. And Donald Ring has himself a favorable count.
2-0. That one does find the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike, and that was Donald's pitch right there.
That fastball about chest high. I expected Ring to take a hack at that one.
2 balls and a strike with 2 away. Lambert leads from first. Bottom of the 6th, 9-3. And fastball, that one above the chest, taken all the way by Donald Ring for a ball. So the count moves 3 balls or 1 strike. Donald Ring in a favorable count here with 1 on and 2 away. Chris Ackerman awaits on deck. As time is called. The Scouts wearing their camo uniforms on Military Appreciation Night here at Grady's Field in Xenia, and a great crowd here at Grady's Field showing out for this Friday night matchup. The 3-1 pitch is hit on the ground over towards short. Shortstop picks it up, throws over to first in time for out number 3. So Jordan Lambert draws a 2-out walk, but the Scouts can do nothing with it. No runs on no hits. 1 man left aboard. We have played 6 innings of baseball here at Grady's Field. The Scouts lead by a score of 9-3. Your friend and mine, the great Gabe Genovesi, is going to take you all the way home. Hopefully he can tell the difference between a hit by pitch and a strike. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. You are listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network.
A 9-3 Xenia Scouts lead as we head to the top of the 7th inning here at Grady's Field on a gorgeous night in Xenia, Ohio. The Scouts lead the Joes 9-3, and Alix Worthington in to pitch for the Scouts. The first pitch to the leadoff batter, Riley Dent, in there for strike one on the inside corner. Worthington, this is his 4th appearance with the Scouts as the 0-1 to Dent catches the outside edge, strike two. 7 innings pitched, 11 hits given up, 12 runs, 11 of them earned, 11 walks, 3 strikeouts for Alix Worthington. A 14.14 ERA. The 0-2 pitch, a curveball, just misses 1-2. So Worthington has struggled with control a little bit throughout the first few games. He's shown some moments, some good innings. And with a 9-3 lead, he hopes to preserve it for the Scouts tonight. The 1-2, a curveball, sliced foul down the third baseline. Will stay at 1-2. Riley Dent, 1 for 3 on the night, a single his last time up in the 5th. Michael Pineda O'Donnell's final line for the Scouts, 6 innings pitched, 7 hits given up, 3 runs, all 3 earned, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Now the 1-2, a swing and a miss on a curveball in the dirt. Park picks it up, fires to first, and Alix Worthington has his first strikeout of the night, 1 down here in the 7th. And folks, Michael Pineda O'Donnell had his best start of the year tonight. He had a 7.8 ERA coming in. He was 0-2 in 4 appearances. He had thrown 5 straight scoreless innings out of the bullpen, but it was his starts that he struggled in. In his 3rd start this year, a heck of a performance on the mound. As the first pitch to Ryan Zeals now is low, ball 1. A 9-3 lead for the Scouts over the Joes here in the top half of the 7th inning. Zeals at the plate, 2 for 3 today. Couple of singles. The 1-0, fouled off behind the plate, 1-1. Zeals singled and came around to score the first run of the game in the 1st inning, then singled again in the 3rd. Flew out to Ondina in center his last time up in the 5th. Worthington, lefty, the 1-1 pitch, a curveball, a swing and a miss from Zeals, 1-2. And that curveball was low and in, but it swooped enough over the plate for Zeals to swing at. The 1-2, fastball low and away in the dirt, 2-2. Zeals also stolen 2 bases tonight. He came in to the game tonight, 8 for 11 on stolen bases. Make it 10 for 13 now. He was tied for 4th in the Great Lakes League with 8 stolen bases coming in. That'll probably put him in the top 3. The 2-2 pitch, curveball just below the knees, 3-2 now to Zeals. And you'd hate to see for Alix Worthington to lose this one. Worthington sets the 3-2 pitch. Fastball line drive, right field. Lambert coming in, makes the grab, 2 down here in the 7th. And Alix Worthington, you couldn't ask for a better start from him. You've seen Worthington come in this year and struggle right away with a couple of walks or maybe a hit and a walk. Struggle with control. I mentioned the 11 walks, 3 strikeouts. And right away here in the 7th, he comes in and he gets a strikeout on Dent. He gets a line out from Zeals, and then I'll bring up Trey Turner. Turner 1 for 3 today. The first pitch to him, a curveball low, ball 1. Turner, an RBI triple in the 1st inning, his first triple of the year. The first triple by a Hamilton Joe other than Mason Deanna, who has 3 this year. Now the 1-0, curveball high and away, 2-0. Turner, 2 flyouts to center in the 3rd and the 5th ever since that triple. Stands in as a righty. The 2-0 from the lefty Worthington. Off-speed pitch, low and outside, 3-0. A 9-3 Xenia Scouts lead here in the top of the 7th inning, 2 down. As the Joes looking for anything to try to get them back in the ballgame. The 3-0 pitch. In there in the outside corner, strike 1. The Scouts looking to be at 500 for the first time in about a week. They were 6-6 for one game. Now the pitch. That one, a line drive to right center field. That ball is going to land. Lambert chasing after it. Turner with the speed, heading for third. Turner dives, and he is safe. Trey Turner, his second triple tonight. A 2-out triple, and that'll bring up Eric Santiago. And boy, you don't see that often. 2 triples in one night for someone who only had 2 extra base hits all year. And just to reiterate, Trey Turner was 6 for 31 coming into this ball game. 5 of his 6 hits were against the Xenia Scouts. He's now 2 for 4 tonight, so make it 8 for 35, as that one is skied high straight to Jordan Lambert and right. Eric Santiago pops out, and that'll do it for the Joes here in the 7th. But just to wrap up my thought on Trey Turner, he now has 8 hits on the year, 7 of them against the Xenia Scouts. Not a single Hamilton Joe, besides for Mason Deanna, had a triple coming into today, and Trey Turner has 2 tonight. But unfortunately for the Joes, that one didn't matter. Santiago flies out to end the inning, and the Scouts have a 9-3 lead heading to the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. To the home half of the 7th inning, we go here at Grady's Field. A 9-3 lead for the Xenia Scouts over the Hamilton Joes as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Chris Ackerman will lead it off for the Scouts, followed by Kyle Casserly and Aaron Takis, the 4-5-6 hitters for Xenia. And a new pitcher in for the Joes, it's Wes Rickenberg. Rickenberg, thus far this year, 5 appearances for Hamilton. 11 innings pitched, allowed 16 hits, 19 runs, 14 of them earned, an 11.45 ERA, a 2.27 whip. As his first pitch is way high, it goes all the way to the backstop. Count 1-0 on Chris Ackerman. Opponents bat .320 against Wes Rickenberg, who plays his collegiate ball at Bowling Green. Rickenberg will be a senior with the Falcons. Now the 1-0 to Ackerman, an off-speed pitch, a swing and a miss, 1-1. Chris Ackerman, well, you could say he's had a pretty good night. A 2 RBI double in the first inning, a sac fly for his 3rd RBI of the night in the 2nd inning, and then a 2-run bomb in the 5th as he swings through that pitch. Count 1-2 on Ackerman. That was Ackerman's 2nd home run in the past 3 games. Talking to Ackerman, he just switched bats. He normally uses a 33-inch bat. In that game where he hit his first home run as he strikes out on a curveball on the outside corner here, one way here in the 7th. But to finish up my thought, he switched bats right before he hit the homer a couple games ago against the Richmond Jazz. He went from the 33-inch to the 34-inch. And he said, well, I don't know if it was the bat or not, but it certainly helped. And he stuck with the 34-inch bat these past few games. And he's had another successful night tonight, as Kyle Casserly steps to the plate for the Scouts and takes the ball low. 9-3, the Xenia Scouts lead here in the home half of the 7th inning. Casserly steps up, 1 for 3. He doubled his last time up, and now a ground ball toward the shortstop, Santiago. Santiago fires across the diamond, retires Casserly, 2 away. That'll bring up Aaron Takis for the Xenia Scouts. Takis has reached twice tonight on an error by the second baseman Zeals in the first inning. He grounded out to third in the third inning, and an RBI single his last time up in the fifth, which scored Kyle Casserly after the double.
Oh, that last time, just a perfectly executed hit and run there by Takis. Puts it in the right spot, Casserly going, and easily scores him on a ball. Not even hit that hard. Just pretty much a slow roller in the right spot between first and second. And, just all part of these insurance runs that have made this Scouts lead at 6 runs the way it is.
Takis fouls the 1-0 pitch off down the third base line, 1-1. Aaron Takis playing shortstop tonight for the Scouts with Ben Beachy, the top hitter in this Xenia Scouts lineup, out of the lineup tonight. Takis has now reached base in 10 of his last 11 games. The 1-1 pitch, fastball high and away, 2-1. And you ask Takis where he likes to play in the infield best. He'll give you the old answer, I don't really care. I will play anywhere. Third, short, second, as he swings to a fastball at the eyes, 2-2.
He certainly looks like he's probably most comfortable at short. But, just the Scouts have a lot of good infielders, and that's just the truth. Beachy's great at short. Bourgeois is great at second, so Takis ends up designated hitting or playing the hot corner a lot of the time. Tonight with Beachy getting the night off, playing in that 6-hole, doing a great job so far.
2-2 curveball high at the eyes, 3-2 now to Takis. The 3-2. Low, ball 4. Aaron Takis is on for the second time tonight, and the Scouts have a base runner here with 2 down in the 7th.
Let's see if they can get a couple more. Bourgeois still hitless on the day. Actually, hasn't even reached base yet. I probably jacked Gabe of his point because I knew that's what he was thinking about. We both have been thinking about this a lot. Anders Bourgeois has reached base in every game he has played so far this season. A hit or a walk, one way or another. Nothing yet. Let's see what he can do here.
Bourgeois, the first pitch to him at the knee, strike 1. And Andrew mentioned it. Every single game he's played in, all 14, Bourgeois has been on base. And it hasn't just been walks or errors. He has a hit in 10 of 14 games. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on a curveball inside. 0-2 to Ange Bourgeois. And here in the 7th, this might be his last opportunity tonight.
Yeah, especially, with the Scouts in the lead at home. Hopefully, they will not be coming to the plate in that 9th inning.
Takis on first, a 9-3 lead for the Scouts here in the 7th. The 0-2. Curveball just off the outside of the plate. 1-2 to Ange Bourgeois. Bourgeois, the lefty. Wes Rickenberg, the new pitcher for the Joes. A lanky righty. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball at the knee, strike 3. Aaron Takis was taking off, but it didn't matter. Ange Bourgeois is 0 for 4 on the night. And the Scouts, despite the 2-out walk from Takis, can't get anything done. A 9-3 lead for Xenia as we head to the 8th. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. To the top of the 8th we go here at Grady's Field. A 9-3 lead for the Xenia Scouts of the Hamilton Joes as we head to the 8th. Alex Worthington still in the pitch for the Scouts. The first pitch to the 5-hole hitter for the Joes. Genesis Hillard is outside, ball 1. Hillard tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. The 1-0. Curveball in the dirt, ball 2. Hillard, his last time up, a ground out to Bourgeois at second. That was that weird spinning ball that Hillard didn't even really run down the first baseline.
Oh, yeah.
The 2-0 fouled off behind the plate, 2-1.
Just some out-of-town scores for you. I'll only give you the ones that matter. Bottom of the 6th, Cincinnati 8, Richmond 2. Also, Licking County 3, Galleon 1. Southern Ohio, not in action tonight.
Southern Ohio with the day off. The 2-1. Curveball, ground ball, third base line. A diving play made by Joey Roddy. He doesn't have a play at first, as he did a nice job to keep the ball in front of him, but Genesis Hillard is on with an infield single.
Yeah, all the credit in the world to Roddy for getting there, but at the end of the day, in that situation, you're just going to have to eat the ball. No chance that you're going to throw the runner out at first. Just by throwing it, the odds are you're going to rush it, especially a young third baseman like Joey Roddy. Good discipline there, realizing they didn't have a shot.
Now in steps the batter, Jake Murray. Murray 1 for 3 tonight. The first pitch to him, inside, ball 1. And back to that out-of-town scoreboard, just to give you an idea of where things are. The Steam beating the Jazz. So coming into tonight, it was the Cincinnati Steam in first in the Southern Division, as the 1-0 pitch to Murray. A ground ball toward Bourgeois at second. Slow roller. Bourgeois will go to second with it and get the 1. However, Murray reaches on the fielder's choice, and a good play by Ange Bourgeois. I didn't think he was going to have a play at second base, and he fired it over there quickly, 1 down.
Yeah, Bourgeois, good job there. Gets the lead runner. And we're just looking at the Twitter right now. Caden's parents got a very large RV for their trip to come here to beautiful Xenia, Ohio, the bicycle capital of the Midwest, or as some people call it, the Paris of bicycling cities in Dayton. That thing is a monster. We can't wait to have you guys here.
The first pitch from Worthington to Mason Deanna is outside, ball 1. So back to the Southern Division standings. The Cincinnati Steam at 11-6, first place. The Southern Ohio Copperheads 10-7, 1 game back of the Steam in second place. The Richmond Jazz 9-7, a game and a half out in third place, as that one's fouled off. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mason Deanna. The Scouts sitting at 4th place in the Southern Division at 8-9, and the Joes rounded out in 5th at 4-11. So with the Steam beating the Jazz, they'll stay in first at 12-6. The Copperheads not in action. They have a doubleheader with these Hamilton Joes tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
As the curveball to Deanna is low in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike to Mason Deanna.
See, the thing I love about summer ball with the 40-game season, the way that it's so tightly compacted, is once you get past the first half of the season, you're just in a pennant race. It's crazy. All these teams, you know, the Scouts within 3 games of first place, if they're playing the team they're chasing tomorrow. Well, the Jazz lost, a Scouts win, they go into third, and just so many head-to-head matchups with all these teams, you have no idea what the standings are going to look like in 2 weeks, in a week.
No idea. And that's what, as you were saying about summer ball, that's what I love about it, as the 3-1 to Deanna is fouled off behind the plate, full count. 1 down here in the top of the 8th, a 9-3 lead for the Scouts over the Joes. The Joes with Jake Murray on first, Mason Deanna at the plate. But we are now, this is game number 18, and I feel like we're playing for the playoffs. I feel like
truly, that's how it feels.
We got to win every game. I feel like we're going to lose a lot of ground if we lose a couple in a row. And with only a 42-game season, that's how it feels, as Deanna fouls another one off down the first base line to keep the count at 3-2. So with the Jazz loss tonight, they're at 9-8. We'll go to 9-9. Because the Jazz have played 1 less game, they'll have the better winning percentage and stay in third. So the Scouts will be in 4th, but only a half game back of the 3rd place Jazz.
Absolutely.
And 3-2 to Deanna, a swing and a miss on a curveball. Alex Worthington gets his 2nd strikeout of the day. 2 down here in the 8th.
This is the best we've seen of Alix Worthington so far. Better with the control. No, has it been one walk or no walks?
No walks
No
thus
walks,
far for
and that
Worthington.
has been his Achilles heel, is lack of control, but already threw it 1 2/3, hasn't allowed a run, just a couple of hits, and a big third out here, a possibility, but a dangerous hitter at the plate in Jeff Stook.
He says dangerous hitter as he singled his last time up, but it was only Stook's. It was only Stook's 4th hit of the year, folks. I think
I know something that you guys all don't know.
I think Andrew
I
was
talked to Jeff
totally
Stook before the
looking
game, and he
at
told
the
me that
wrong
he was going
player.
to hit a home run. That's not true, unfortunately. But
The 1-0. Fastball skied high into shallow right field. Bourgeois ranging back. Jordan Lambert calls him off. And Alix Worthington has pitched 2 scoreless innings.
Ooh, there's lightning in the outfield, though. I just saw lightning.
And we will head to the bottom half of the 8th. The Scouts up 9-3. And as my partner mentioned,
Trust me, here at Grady's Field, folks, they are stricter than anywhere else in the world. Like they have a radar, and if it comes within, I think it's like 15 miles of us, 30 minutes until there's 10 minutes without lightning within 15 miles. So hopefully we can get this done. With
the Scouts up 9-3, we shouldn't have to play the bottom half of the 9th. So only one more total inning to get in. We'll be right back on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Back here for the bottom of the 8th inning at Grady's Field. A 9-3 Xenia Scouts lead over the Hamilton Joes as we head to the home half of the 8th. Joey Roddy will lead it off for the Scouts, followed by Francisco Andina, and back to the top of the order in Ryan Park. And get this, folks, Ryan Zeals into pitch for the Hamilton Joes. Zeals was the second baseman tonight for the Joes. We're just talking off air here. The Joes have a doubleheader with the Steam tomorrow, so they are not looking to waste any more arms, as Zeals has not pitched this season, obviously, being a position player. The first pitch to Roddy, low and away, 1-0. Now the 1-0. Skied high in the air, but foul down the first baseline. 1-1 to Joey Roddy. Roddy 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and scored back in the second inning. Grounded out to the shortstop Santiago in the 4th on a ball up the middle. A great play but made by Santiago as Roddy slices a curveball down the first base line, foul territory, and it just lands past the glove of the first baseman Stuke. 1-2 on Joey Roddy. So Roddy was pretty much robbed of his second hit of the day by Santiago on a ground ball up the middle. And then the second victim of Dalton Laney was Joey Roddy as he struck out his last time up in the 5th.
Yeah, and update, Richmond Jazz tweeted, top sixth, game suspended. And they must not have much hope because the next thing they wrote was next game Thursday, July 6th with fireworks.
Joey Roddy goes down swinging. So is that game not final, even though they got through 5 innings?
No, it's got to be final. Well, they could argue that because
It was 8-2 Steam.
Well, yeah, then that game's toast. That game is final. Mark it down as a win for the Steam at this point.
But isn't that the official rule? 5 innings and you get through it?
100%. 100%. They wrote suspended, and that might just be due to lack of precise information on behalf of their media people.
So after the Joey Roddy strikeout, Francisco Andina in there. 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Andina 1 for 3 on the day. He singled and scored back in the second, just like Joey Roddy. He grounded out to the second baseman, Zeals, who's now on the mound in the fourth, and he struck out looking his last time up in the sixth as he takes a ball low, 2-1.
If the Scouts could pull this out, though, that would put the Hamilton Joes at 4-12 on the year.
The defending champs.
The defending league champions.
As Francisco Andina takes a ball high.
Will have far and away the worst record, not only in the division,
in the league.
In the league. And that's exactly right, Gabe.
The 3-1 to Andina catches the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Makes me pretty happy. Do not like them. After they eliminated the Scouts in the semifinals elimination game last year.
The 3-2 to Andina, high above the head. He walks. He's on for the second time today. 1 on, 1 out for Ryan Park here in the 8th. Park comes up. 1 for 4 on the day. Singled and scored in the second inning. Grounded out to the pitcher. His last time up in the 6th. That was Wes Rickenberg on the mound at that time. No, excuse me. It was Dalton Laney. Park, the first pitch to him outside. Ball 1. Francisco Andina on first. A 9-3 lead for the Xenia Scouts as Park skies one high into foul territory down the third base line. 1-1. A 9-3 lead for the Scouts of the Joes here in the bottom half of the 8th. The Scouts 3 outs away from victory. If they can take care of the Joes in the top half of the 9th. But first, let's see if we can add some insurance runs as Park takes a ball high and tight, 2-1. See what the Steam Twitter account said about that game.
Yeah, I trust their Twitter account.
The 2-1 line drive caught by the second baseman, thrown over the first. They doubled him up. An unlucky break for Francisco Andina as Ryan Park hammered that ball right to second. And Andina could not get back in time, and that'll do it for the Scouts in the 8th. We head to the 9th. The Scouts up 9-3 on the Joes. We'll see if Alex Worthington can close it out. You're listening to Xenia Scouts Baseball on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. A 9-3 Xenia Scouts lead as we head to the top half of the ninth inning. The Joes down to their final 3 outs. Alix Worthington still on the mound for the Scouts in his 3rd inning of relief, trying to get a win and improve the Scouts to 500. But that's not the start you want here ninth as he hits Ryan McClellan, the leadoff batter.
Yeah, like we've said before, Worthington's had his best outing so far. 2 innings of scoreless baseball, but control has plagued him at various times throughout the season, and getting away from him there, hit by pitch on the first pitch, the leadoff man. So a little bit of a hiccup there for Alix Worthington.
That'll bring up Riley Dent, the leadoff batter in this Joe's order. He takes a curveball at the chest for strike 1. Riley Dent 1 for 4, on the night. A ground out to the second baseman Bourgeois in the 1st inning. Back to the pitcher O'Donnell in the 3rd. He singled in the 5th and struck out in the 7th. As that ball is hit right in front of the plate, and Ryan Park overthrows second base. Ryan Park maybe not thinking there. That ball, just a check swing from Riley Dent. It landed literally 6 inches in front of the plate and bounced straight up. It might have hit the plate, but that's a fair ball. Park picks it up, and instead of just going to first for the out, he tries to gun down McClellan at second and guns it high. 2 on with nobody down here for the Joes in the 9th.
And a little bit of an error of omission there, a mental error for Ryan Park. Up by 6, just get the outs, man. Get them any way you can.
Now this one skied high, foul territory behind the plate. Park pursuing, makes the grab. 1 down here in the 9th.
Well, that's out number 1. And that's good for Alix Worthington there. Now 2 1/3 through, and probably just trying to keep the pitch count down at this point, trying to get out of this inning unscathed, cap it off with a win, and a great night for him personally.
That'll bring up Trey Turner for the Joes. Turner tonight 2 for 4 with 2 triples. One of them an RBI triple back in the 1st. The first pitch to the redshirt freshman from Arizona State, low and away, ball 1. Turner, 2 extra base hits the whole year coming into this one. 2 doubles. Well, tonight, he is only the 2nd Hamilton Joe to get a triple on the year, and he has 2 of them. The 1-0. Low in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes to Turner. Mason Deanna, who leads the league in triples with 3, was the only Hamilton Joe to have a triple coming into this one. And Trey Turner smacks 2 of them. 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 7th, his last time up. The 2-0 pitch. Curveball, chopped foul down the 3rd baseline. 2 balls and 1 strike to Trey Turner. Turner, the multi-sport athlete at Arizona State, redshirted both years with the Sun Devils, both sports with the Sun Devils. He'll be a redshirt freshman, so he did not play on the baseball field. He did not play on the football field, where he is a running back for the Sun Devils.
It'll be interesting to see what sport he gets action in first. We don't really know what kind of football player he is. We know he's got a tremendous amount of speed.
Now the 1-1 pitch, the runner taking off for 3rd on a curveball. Ryan Park won't even make the throw. And I believe that ball was low. 3 balls and 1 strike to Trey Turner. So runners on the corners now for the Joes as the runner Ryan McClellan took off for 3rd. The Scouts up 9-3 with 1 down here in the 9th. Ryan Park has a little meeting with Worthington on the mound. Now walks back and gets down. Worthington sets the pitch. Fastball fouled off by Turner. And I believe it's a full count. The scoreboard here at Grady says 2-2.
3 balls and 2 strikes.
There it is.
If I can keep track in my head, or the umpire there confirms.
Yep. Full count. He might have helped Worthington out. The 3-2 pitch. Curveball swung on. Ground ball. Takis makes a sliding play, but you're not going to get Turner. An RBI infield hit for Trey Turner. And it's 9-4 Scouts.
No reason to panic here. The tying run still would be in the hole, which is the spot behind on deck. So the double play ball's on. Just get outs any way you can and cap off this win if you're the Scouts.
And pitching coach Corey Coob's going to come out and talk to Alex Worthington here, but you gotta think he's just saying a little word to him, calming him down, trying to say exactly what you just said. Don't panic, dude. You're up by 5. You've got 1 out. You're 2 outs away from winning this thing, and get out of the jam.
Yeah, and while we have the opportunity here with some time, Military Appreciation Night. What a spectacular night! What a spectacular tribute to our armed services. We actually had the re-enlistment ceremony of an officer. His name is escaping me right now, but in the life of an officer, such an important moment. So happy that he was willing to do it with us on the field. The crowd did a great job of paying respects as curveball missing low and away that time. But I think for all of us, it's important to remember as you go into the July 4th weekend, while you're barbecuing, while you're having a good time, remember to thank the brave men and women who put this country first every single day.
The 1-0 pitch to Santiago, not delivered as Worthington checks the runner at second. Yeah, and I can't thank those guys enough. The most respect for anyone serving our country overseas right now. There's really no words to say that
we could not do it
thank
justice.
them enough.
Yeah, we couldn't do it justice, but it's just great. And a strong military community with the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base over in Dayton, one of the biggest Air Force bases, home of the Air Force Museum. The Scouts as a team went and saw it, and
Santiago said the chopper fouled down the third base line, 2-1.
Went to see that museum, and just for a lot of guys, very eye-opening seeing that history and just the way that they organize the museum. If you ever have a chance to go, it's free. It's awesome. Just different exhibits, World War I, World War II. They have one with all the Air Force Ones for the presidents. Just a very great tribute there at that Air Force Museum.
The 2-1 to Santiago, fouled off down the first base line, 2-2.
The camo uniforms, not a bad touch here. Camo uniforms, camo hats, Gabe.
Why
didn't you wear your camo uniform, man? I wore mine.
Apparently I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
I did wear like white and blue. I don't have any red on me as Santiago line drive. Fair ball down the first base line. That one might score 2. It rolled all the way to the corner. And the throw to third now is not in time. Alex Worthington gives up a 2 RBI triple to Eric Santiago, and now we have a ball game.
Yep, and that's exactly right. Runner at third now, the tying run on deck, and it will be interesting to see if Corey Coob is going to stick with Alex Worthington. If there's anyone going in the bullpen, if Caden Owens is good to pitch. I know the coaches over at Oral Roberts not too thrilled when Owens throws 2 days in a row. Landon Williams threw 2 1/3 last night. He's probably not good to go. His arm was hanging, he said earlier today. Worthington just needs 2 outs. Remember that.
And now the batter, a pinch hitter for Genesis Hillard, number 6 on this Hamilton Joes roster. He took a strike on the outside corner.
Luke
Torino. Now the 0-1 from Worthington, outside, ball 1.
Torino comes into the game a 178 hitter, 8 runs scored, 6 RBIs, the only extra base hit, 1 double.
A curveball in there on the outside corner, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Torino. Torino was in the lineup last night for the Joes. He went 1 for 4 with a hit by pitch. Now the 1-2 curveball just below the knees. And that'll even up the count at 2-2.
Torino, the native of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Canadians, man.
The crowd here at Grady's Field starting to get a little bit loud as this ball game is all of a sudden interesting. The 2-2 ground ball to Bourgeois at second. He fields it cleanly, gets the out. The run scores, but that's all you were looking for if you're the Xenia Scouts and Alex Worthington. A 9-7 lead for the Scouts still, and 2 down here in the 9th.
So, the pulse, the heart rate goes a little bit up here, but like you said, Gabe, just 1 out away And Alex Worthington just got to stay zen here, got to continue making your pitches. It's just been a couple mistakes thus far.
First pitch fouled off by Jake Murray, 0-1. So coming into the inning, a 9-3 lead for the Xenia Scouts. The Joes have struck 4 times here in the ninth to make it 9-7, but there's 2 down and the bases are empty. The 0-1 way high, all the way above Ryan Park, who jumped out of his crouch, 1-1.
Yeah, that one certainly just got away from Alex Worthington. Looked like it was trying to be a curveball there, but just completely missing. Luckily, no one on base, so no damage done. Just 1 ball and a strike now, 2 away.
And now that one roped up the middle, base hit. A 2-out base hit by Jake Murray. As Andrews, I'm so sorry, folks. Andrew saw something on his phone and just got up and took out of here. This is a close ball game. 9-7. The Xenia Scouts lead. 2 down here in the ninth. Mason Deanna at the plate for the Joes. And if you're the Scouts, this is not the batter you want up here. Mason Deanna, second on this Hamilton Joes team in average at 370. Has the most hits on this Hamilton Joes team with 17. He is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch, and he's reached on an error tonight. And we're going to have a little pitching change with 2 down. The tying run at the plate for the Joes. I believe that's Dylan Lottenville running out to right field. And Jordan Lambert coming into pitch for the Scouts.
I said it before. He probably throws harder than anyone on the team not named Caden Owens. So when you need one out here, Jordan Lambert, not a bad choice to get that one out. And Bubba Cates, hopefully he's pulling a rabbit out of the hat here. Little magic trying to get this final out of the game with the tying run of the plate here in the top of the ninth with 2 away.
So we're going to step aside.
Can we just talk about Paul George being traded to the Thunder real quick? Come on.
That's why you got up.
Yeah.
That is okay.
Okay, yeah, no. Paul George traded to the Thunder. So the NBA offseason, very entertaining. I don't even have much to say about it. I haven't even processed.
We're in a 9-7 ball game in the ninth, and it was just like. Whew.
See, I'm constantly covering the NBA.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. But that's some interesting stuff, though. But like you said, Jordan Lambert coming in to pitch it, and that is that's a cool move by Bubba Cates. And what an extra element it would add if we just continue to use Jordan Lambert as a 2-way guy for the rest of the year. Because, folks, I will say, the Scouts, we've had some trouble. Obviously, it started off the season 2-6. It's had its ups, it's had its downs since then. A win here, they can lock it up 9-9, which would mean that they are 6-3. Or what's the math there?
Yeah,
they would be 7-3.
7-3 since starting 2-6.
And the team's only getting deeper in terms of pitching. Adding Caleb Fernholz, adding Ryan Mills, Kyle Bruner coming off the disabled list. Improving performances from guys like Alex Worthington. So I think the best is yet to come for the Scouts, but hopefully Jordan Lambert here is going to be able to close the door, get this final out of the ballgame.
9-7, Xenia Scouts lead. 2 down here in the top of the ninth as the Hamilton Joes try to stay alive. Jake Murray stands on first. The tying run, Mason Deanna at the plate. The first pitch to him. Curveball just misses. Deanna. No hits tonight, despite being the dangerous hitter in this Joes lineup. That one's high. It gets away from Park. 2 balls and no strikes to Mason Deanna, and the wild pitch causes Jake Murray to move up to second.
So Jordan Lambert a little bit wild to start things off here. He did have a 1-2-3 inning. The one other thing to look at, though, with that 1-2-3 inning is the players on the Jazz probably just wanted to get out of here, and we're just hacking no matter where Jordan Lambert threw it.
The 2-0 pitch to Deanna. Fastball high and away. Mason Deanna is ahead in this count. 3 balls and no strikes. Deanna being the tying run. Lambert checks the runner. The 3-0. Way off the plate. The Hamilton Joes had the tying run on first.
Wow. And that escalated quickly. And who to the plate?
Jeff Stuke to the
very dangerous hitter
to the plate. We are laughing because Andrew had said that Jeff Stuke was a dangerous hitter, and he has 3 hits on the whole year.
I may have mistaken him with someone else last time.
The first pitch to him, high at the eyes, ball 1. Stuke today, 1 for 4 with an RBI. The Scouts lead 9-7. Jake Murray on second. The tying run, Mason Deanna on first here in the top of the 9th, 2 down. The Scouts are 1 away from a victory.
The heart rate has gone exponentially up since the beginning of this inning.
Jeff Stuke, the righty, the batter, the 1-0. High at the head, 2 balls and no strikes. And Jordan Lambert doing a little windmill with his arm, trying to get his arm warmed up. The 2-0 pitch to Jeff Stuke. Way outside, 3-0.
Jordan Lambert has just been unable to find the zone as lightning flashes in left field.
And again, Andrew's seen the lightning both times. I have not.
Well, trust me, Gabe, I'm not going crazy. It's actually happening.
The 3-0, low and away, ball 4. The go-ahead run on first, the tying run on second. Jake Murray on third. The bases are loaded for the Joes here in the 9th.
And Bubba Cates steps out of the dugout.
I don't think he's going to come out and talk with Lambert. And as he is.
I think we can do Caden for 1 out. I think that might be allowed.
And let's see what Bubba Cates is going to do here.
Well, who'd they put in for Lambert in the field?
Dylan Lottenville.
Could it be Joey Roddy?
Pitching?
I don't know what the alternative is. What is he doing? The only plausible explanation can be it's going to be Caden just not letting him warm up.
It was Caden Owens stretching his legs a little bit, is starting to walk out of the dugout.
Scouts only need 1 out. A tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first in a game that has really become a lot more competitive in just these last few minutes.
Bunch of glove switches going on. And Andrew Alix has called it. Joey Roddy is in the pitch for the Xenia Scouts.
Wow.
And we're going to step aside because he has about 8 warm-up pitches here. We'll be right back on the Xenia Scouts Radio Network. Back here in the top of the ninth, the Xenia Scouts lead the Hamilton Joes 9-7. 2 outs, Joey Roddy on the pitch for the Scouts. The first pitch to the batter, McClellan, high and away, ball 1. Joey Roddy has not pitched so far this year for the Scouts. He hasn't pitched since high school. He's a redshirt freshman from Ohio State. Ryan McClellan at the plate. The 1-0. Fastball high, 2-0. And the Scouts, who had a 9-3 lead coming into the ninth, are in trouble.
Jorge Lozano warming up in the bullpen for the Scouts right now.
The 2-0 pitch catches the outside corner, strike 1, and a big clap from these Xenia Scouts fans.
And Roddy spots up fastball outside part of the plate. See if he can do it again. Anything in the gap here with 2 away, though, could tie the game, if not give the lead here to the Hamilton Joes.
The Joes have scored 4 runs on 3 hits, a couple of walks, some hit-by pitches, and that one misses high and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to Ryan McClellan.
See if Roddy can get it across here.
The Scouts lead the Joes 9-7. All they need is an out. The 3-1 pitch. Foul ball down the third base line, 3-2.
Big pitch there by Joey Roddy. Let's see what Corey Coombs calls up. I know he hasn't worked with Roddy at all whatsoever yet. Roddy with an opportunity to play the hero here.
The base is juiced. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 3. Joey Roddy gets a strikeout to end the game, and the Scouts are 500, 9-9. They get a 9-7 win over the Joes here at home.
And we've joked about it in the past, but Joey Roddy comes in with the bases loaded, the tying run at second. Hasn't pitched in a game in who knows how long, falls behind in the count because he's not loose, works his way back in, and 1 batter faced, 1 strikeout, and Joey Roddy has himself a save, Gabe. I couldn't have written the story any better if I tried.
An unreal game here at Grady's Field. Unreal. A 9-3 lead for the Scouts going into the ninth. The Joes get 4 runs. They load the bases with 2 down. The tying run on second, and Joey Roddy comes in and strikes out Ryan McClellan to end the game.
And I'm at a loss of words, but what a game for the Scouts for a number of guys. Got to talk about Jordan Lambert. Jordan Lambert, 3 hits, an RBI, scores 2 runs. Chris Ackerman stays hot. Chris Ackerman has a double, a home run, 5 RBIs. He had only, 6 RBIs coming in?
5 RBIs
coming
in.
So he doubles his RBI total in one night. Second home run of the year, an absolute tank to left field. Talk about the job that Michael Pineda O'Donnell had. Mike had struggled at various times throughout the season, especially in a starting role. But for Mike, it's 6 innings pitched, 3 runs allowed, all of them earned, but does a good job of keeping the Scouts in the game, and the bats were on tonight. And the Scouts back at 500, 3-1 series lead now against these Hamilton Joes, their biggest rival in past seasons. And, just a great team performance all around, capped off with a big strikeout from the Joey Roddy.
The Scouts are 9-9. They get to 500 for only the second time this year. As the Scouts started 2-6, they won 4 in a row to get to 6-6. And then ever since getting to 6-6, a couple of losses, 6-8, and then we teeter-tottered 7-8, 7-9, 8-9, and finally we get to 500 at 9-9 tonight. Xenia is back in action tomorrow at Cincinnati against the first place Southern Division Cincinnati Steam, as the Scouts now 9-9, 3 back of the Steam heading into that 2-game series, a big 2-game series for the Xenia Scouts. The Joes, they fall to 4-12, still in last place in the Southern Division. We will talk to you tomorrow night.
Please come back. An exciting one. The Scouts looking to go above 500 for the first time this season. They're going to send, and it's set to be a good night if you're a 2016 Scouts fan. Caleb Fernholt starting. Look for Kyle Bruner and Jorge Lozano out of the bullpen as they try to beat the first place Steam for the first time this season.
3 returning pitchers.
The 3 returning pitchers, all of which had sub 3 ERAs last season.
Bruner has been hurt this year. Caleb Fernhold's just joining the team this week. We saw Jorge Lozano a couple times. He struggled.
Well, yeah, but given the injury now, we can probably go to say that might not have been Jorge Lozano
at
100% speed. Jorge, of course, coming off the injury, is only going to be able to pitch out of the bullpen. Normally a starter. Remember, Jorge, a 2016 All-Star for the Xenia Scouts. But we hope to have you back with us then.
A 7:05 first pitch in Cincinnati. And then Sunday, we play a home and home. So Sunday, we're back here at Grady's Field. That will be an afternoon start, I believe. So if you can make it out to the ballpark, please do. A 9-7 victory for the Xenia Scouts here at home over the Hamilton Joes. The Scouts get to 500. They're 9-9 on the year, and they'll look to gain ground against the Cincinnati Steam tomorrow night. For Andrew, Alix, I'm Gabe Genovesi. Thanks for tuning in. Have a blessed night, everybody.